people can actually can interact with us now. Let's have a look. Let me jump across to Nomads Live. I'll check that we're live on YouTube. Give us a couple of seconds to catch up. Have a swig of wine after that stressful situation. But yes, I can see the chat there now. So I don't know why that happened.
It's weird, all right?
Yeah, I guess.
It may be something to do to have an update or something. I don't know.
Yeah, fantastic. So hopefully everyone's jumped across. Hey,
come on, lads and lassies, and
everybody!
Yeah.
All right, I'll stick the link for the movie in the description again.
Okay, right.
I can also stick it in the live chat corner for us.
You can, yeah. That's an idea.
So that's the link for the movie there. John McTiernan's Nomads. So when it had set up, but it just enabled live chat for some reason. Disabled live chat for some reason. So hopefully now everybody can speak. So yeah, it was in stream customization, Kerry.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, it was disabled in the chat.
Okay. Nomads.
Oh, stick the movie link in the video description as well. Fantastic, eh?
Ooh.
All right, so here we'll go then.
Take 766.
All right.
Okay.
I can feel my face going bright red after all that. Trying to sort everything out there. All right.
There we go.
Stick a quick link.
Okay. Yeah, right.
All right, cool.
Sorted.
I'm just going to stick a quick post out.
Coolio.
Well, I've only been away for a couple of months.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, does
it? It seems like it's been forever.
It's been 20 years.
Well, we got there in the end.
Yeah.
All right, so for anyone who's still with us, let's watch along with Nomads. Are you ready to go, Kerry, with the film?
I am, yeah. I've got it set up, yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm ready to go. Anyone in the chat who's still with us, give us a thumbs up once you've got the movie ready to go. I think it might just be us left, Gary, now.
Yeah.
I think those streaming worries just kicked everybody out.
I remember actually one time Glenn did a stream and it went off altogether.
Well, I'm sorry about that, folks. I am. It's an imperfect it's an imperfect world, especially when you're an old crusty old alcoholic like me trying to run programs.
I wouldn't mind, but it's a browser window, so it should work.
Well, it's just one of them things. All right, cool. So, are you ready to go, Kerry?
I am.
All right.
When you say it's a word, I'll press play.
So we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Elliot Kastner, a legend.
Elliot Kastner.
What a beautiful way to start your movie. That's what I mean about McTiernan.
You kind of garbled a wee bit there. Sorry.
That'll be my computer trying to sort the sound out.
Oh, okay.
Again, I still haven't sorted these problems out. I'm just a wreck of a live streamer.
You should be a veteran by this stage.
I'm going to try and turn the volume up
Okay.
just a bit so I can hear it. Francis B.
Yeah, I said that when I looked at the cast when you mentioned it yesterday. We did it, so
It's such a unique movie. This.
that's a kind of a thing shot.
Oh, it
Going
is.
to McCready's.
It's just got this beautiful 80s feel to it, this film. It really does.
Marsha Hines. That's been doing well.
I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't seen it for such a long time.
He's alive.
It's alive. Hey, Solitude. Thanks for joining us on this redo. I kind of believe that happened. Hope you've been well. It's been a while.
Yes, hope you're well there.
When was our last stream, Kerry? 2 weeks back.
Yeah, our last stream together was 2 weeks. Yeah, it was
Bill Conti. That's who did the music. Bill Conti.
Yeah, Beastmaster we did. And then before that, it was New Year's Eve or something around that time.
God, we need to get more of these going.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And obviously, we need to figure out how to run the damn things as well.
Yeah, that would help if we.
Well, I mean, that was totally my fault. I've got no idea why that happened.
Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
What a beautiful, powerful start to a movie.
I've got mine muted, so I'm just going to try and read lips.
It's me. You can put the subtitles on?
Oh, yes. Sorry, yeah. But about that, actually. Yeah.
Since Solitude mentioned, I've every time we've streamed, I've tried to find a movie with subtitles on.
Cool. Good thinking. Calling Dr. Nick.
It's a brilliant movie. It really is. I mean, it's already just in those first couple of scenes, it's got a director's stamp on it. You know, this isn't a TV movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a beautifully shot film.
It's a very good cinematography, all right. Kind of, you know, it's the light reflected onto her skin and all that, and when she's popping herself dry and stuff.
I've been working a lot with zoom lenses lately like that. Do you know how we had the door in the foreground there and standing back? But this is Leslie Ann Down. Do you recognize her?
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah. God, she's young. If she was with her.
I wonder who this Frenchman can be.
Would it be Jean-Pierre Renault?
For anyone just joining us, the link to the film is in the description and it's in the chat. Look at this handsome young bearded man. Oh, any good Solitude? 28 years later, Bone Temple.
Oh, yeah, you as well. What did you think of it, Solitude? I enjoyed it myself, personally. Definitely some funny takes on it. Oh, look at this. Oh. Who's that scruffy Frenchman?
The greatest actor in the world, my friend.
Jean-Paul Belmondo?
Remington Steele himself.
Oh my God. Gee, like, he looks so different. You know, when you see him in Remington, like, obviously he's got the tux on and all that. And
I watched him get interviewed about this that time. I think I might have spoke about this when we did the Lone Wolf Man, and he said that he grew that beard in the 80s to try and distinguish himself from the other actors. So he wasn't just a catalog man, you know, because he is that good-looking dude. So he said I grew the beard to try and make myself. But I think I'm pretty sure this is one of his first starring roles.
Yeah, he had a bit part in
Long Good Friday.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I know he was in the Fourth Protocol as well with Michael Caine.
He was, yeah. That was after this, I think. 87, that was. Or 86. Well, this was 86 or 87, yeah.
So do you think that's true, Kerry? So Solitude was saying you think we'll have to be British to appreciate it?
No, I don't think so. There is certain parts of it, yeah. Like, have you seen the first one, yeah?
Yes.
The first one, yeah. You know, the very start when they're watching Teletubbies?
Yeah.
That comes back in this one.
So is it like how Romero did the apocalypse going back to the beginning, just from a different perspective?
No, it's more like it is a continuation of the story from the first one.
So no, I mean obviously the Ralph Fiennes is in this one, right? And he's the
Yes,
head.
he is, yeah. Mhm.
His character from the last one is the main character in this one. Is that right?
I would say so, yeah. Ably assisted by Jimmy.
I am looking forward to it. I'll see it, but
Yeah, there's a very, very funny scene. Well, we found it funny near the end. But I won't spoil it, but it's a musical number. Let's put it that way. So that's all I'll say.
I think that my favorite impromptu dance number. Did you ever see Dead Kids? It's kind of a. It's Michael Murphy when they're operating on all the kids in the town.
I'm thinking of Kids, the movie, from '94.
Oh, it's so the kind of turning. It's also called Strange Behavior. They give all the kids these injections and turn them into homicidal killers.
Oh, jeez.
It's got Tangerine Dream soundtrack. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
And halfway through the movie, for no reason, all these teenagers just go into uniform dance at this party. It's absolutely fantastic.
What was it? Kids Should Not Play with Dead Things. That kind of reminds me of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Children Should Not Play with Dead Things or something.
Yes,
yeah.
I really like that movie a lot.
So oxygen, no smoking. Okay. Must be like them. No, joke, I don't smoke. So. Oh. Good reflexes.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you would.
Some Leslie Ann down in there. It's just got this cool vibe.
It does.
I mean, that music kicking in, that slow zoom. It's like it's.
Yeah, for me, it's like I got it muted, but it's just because don't want you to get a copyright strike. But yeah, it's really well shot. Like definitely the point of view and the long zoom, as you said earlier, and even that's beautifully shot. The shower scene, and that's. No, a very competent crew he had. So
he is. He was the man. He was. I mean, obviously his career went a bit skew with later on when he hired a private detective to tap phones and spy on his wife, and he ended up getting time in jail. Director John McTiernan.
Oh, okay. Why was that? Was he just paranoid or something? Or
I don't really know the details. I know that he was in the wrong. But I think the other party might have been in the wrong too. But he was spying on people, and he shouldn't have.
Right, okay.
He shouldn't have been, and he ended up getting time in jail for it.
So kind of like a lesser version of, shall we say, RP? So
yes.
Okay.
Oh, much less. Nothing to that.
That's great, thankfully.
Yeah, not even to be mentioned in the same breath, I don't think. In fact,
that's all right.
In fact, I'll find out. So,
no, talk about. We can find out later. So there's no rush, like.
So Die Hard director John McTiernan served 10 months in federal prison, April 2013 to February 2014, followed by house arrest. After pleading guilty to lying to the FBI, perjury, and fraud, he lied about hiring private investigator to illegally wiretap producers' houses during the production of his film Rollerball in 2002.
Wiretap, okay.
I thought it was a woman he was dating who was cheating on him, but apparently it wasn't. It was producers.
Oh, right, okay.
Crazy.
Something happened here, like a couple of years, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. They're tapping the phones of the politicians to see if they're talking about.
Well, I mean, look at old Tricky Dicky with the White House. He had everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
And he got away with it. But
to an extent. Solitude says it doesn't seem that part 3 will be made as part 1 and 2 are considered as a financial flop. No, I actually thought the first one was successful, Solitude, but what do I know?
I think someone like Danny Boyle, hopefully maybe's, and Garland at this time in the career is hopefully Solitude, that they might be able to get it off the ground.
Well, he did the part 1, and he said he's going to do part 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but like I won't. Nia DaCosta, who directed your favorite film of all time,
Candyman.
Yes,
Oh,
she's directing this, but it's a lot better than Candyman.
Well, I mean, the only way is up from that movie. I mean, flipping hell, it's got to be better than Candyman.
It is a lot better. I have to say, it is. I would say 1,000,000 times better than Candyman, the remake of Candyman.
I did start watching something the other day that's on par with how bad Candyman was as a remake.
Okay.
Did you see the Red Sonja remake?
Oh, no, don't ruin it for me.
I mean, you know, the conversations we've had, I do like unwatchable films a lot of the time. I do. I always find something good in them, and there is good stuff to find in both Candyman, which we've discussed, and Red Sonja, but boy, oh boy, was it bad. I mean, really bad. So they haven't secured any money at Solitude, right? I mean, hopefully they will. I'd like to see them happen. I would. I'd like to see. I mean, what I assume is that Boyle and Garland, because they're obviously both Romero fans, you know, are trying to build that kind of lore and that kind of franchise that he had, that kind of legacy. But I think they might have started a little bit too late. Because I know that Garland has said that obviously the Romero films were a massive influence on the writing of the film, and Boyle has said that Day of the Triffids and stuff were, you know, and Romero were big influences 28 Days Later. Yeah, and I mean, Romero built a legacy throughout his career with those, and I think maybe they're trying to do the same Solitude. I mean, maybe.
There is parallels with Romero, definitely. Even Dawn of the Dead, to an extent. There is.
Oh, yes, I would say so too.
You know, in 28 Weeks Later, with Robert Carlyle, his character is, you know, definitely Flyboy. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I would say. Do you think that's interesting? That's really interesting.
I would say so. Yeah, because their take on Flyboy. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I just love this camera work. How cool was that? Did you see that was through his eyes? I mean, he's doing this for nothing. This is a really low budget movie. It's like, I think it's like when a director tries to make a calling card for Hollywood. This was his calling card.
No, it is a nice POV shot, right? Yeah. Even at, you know, when they're going down the steps as well, that was a good one as well. He looks half stoned when he's doing.
Oh, the accent's brilliant when he's doing a French accent.
Yeah, the Navan accent, you know, the Meath accent is like close to Dublin.
I just love the guy. I can't help it. I absolutely love the guy. I
know, but I'm just kind of critiquing him as an actor.
Oh yeah, I know. We just have
because you know, like his natural accent would come through. You know, like in like Mrs. Doubtfire and less so James Bond.
Yeah, but
you have to laugh sometimes when you hear, and you know it's like, yeah, that's his natural accent. Like,
I mean, it's quite. I mean, he must have. I'm guessing he had a dialect coach and stuff for Bond.
Oh, I'm sure he did, for sure. Even in like, you know, his early American, like, you know, Lawnmower Man, as you said earlier. You know, and then we talked about Taffin, and that was his Come Home to Ireland movie. You know, so.
Oh, my favorite. What goes on in this house is none of your business.
Yes.
And maybe you shouldn't be living here.
But it was a forced accent, and he shouldn't have to do that. He's Irish, like.
I love it. This,
I mean, shot too with the glass. Yeah.
He's just. I mean, this is like minimal story so far.
Mm.
It's this woman. She's met this strange guy in a hospital. Now she's starting to have these weird dreams. I mean, we've seen this hallway about.
Are the dreams or visions?
About the visions, but through somebody else's eyes. And we've only been watching for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. We've seen that hallway maybe 5 or 6 times, but he's shot it differently every time, and it looks great. I mean, personally, I think this is a better directed film than Die Hard. It's hard to say Predator, because Predator's perfect, I think. But, I mean, for a low-budget filmmaker, this is just mind-blowingly great to me. It really is.
Our first film, too, as well. It's, as I said, you know, he had a good career around him. That was obvious, like. And the slow-motion shot, that's beautiful as well.
I love it. I love that kind of slow motion where you can see the flickering light when it's dropping the frames.
Yeah.
It's obviously because the camera is probably on the same power circuit as one of the lights, you know, or something silly like that. But it really,
Oh no, it's good effect, like definitely.
I love it.
That's nice shot as well. Looking up down at her when she's looking up at the the camera, but motionless, obviously.
To me, it's just like he really knows how to tell a story, even in his first movie. You know, it's great.
How do you like my pictures? So you're saying he also did the remake of the Thomas Crown Affair with Pierce Brosnan?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did the remake of the Thomas Crown Affair too.
I haven't seen that in a long time. So
I really liked it. I thought it was great. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the original Thomas Crown Affair.
Okay.
But I do really like the remake. I think it's a really good remake.
What do you call it? Was something in me thinks that Daniel Radcliffe was in that.
I can't remember. Do you know what it is? I haven't seen the remake since I saw it at the cinema, and then I saw the video.
Right.
I watched the video once with a mate of mine because he really fancied because of Lethal Weapon. He liked what's her name? Rennie Russo.
Russo, yeah.
And I remember saying to him, him saying to me, I want to watch this because Rennie Russo's in it. And more like, all right, watch the video. But yeah, it was great.
I just, just thinking back, because I think that he was in it. I'm not sure, but he was in something, a very, very small role, obviously, because he was a young boy at the time. But just something in my head pops in, like he was in that. He was in something else as well, but it was a BBC drama, and that was his big break, so to speak. And then he got Harry Potter, and I think he was a kind of a Dickens adaptation. I think BBC did, and he was. He's
not a bad actor at all, Radcliffe.
Oh, he's actually really good.
I liked him in. Did you see Emporium?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Emporium. I thought that was a really.
He was really good in that. To be fair,
that was the first time I just thought, wow, I thought he was pretty good in that.
Have you seen him in Swiss Army Man?
Yes.
That's the movie I've ever saw.
With everybody's favorite actor in the world, Paul Dano.
Yes, Paul Dano was good too. Yeah. But I loved him in Horns.
Yeah, Horns was good. That was Joe Hill, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Stephen King's son.
That's right.
Fancy calling your son Joe King.
Joe King, yeah, I know, yeah. I think he was joking.
Crazy.
No, someone obviously had a sense of humor in the King household. But no, Horns is good. And then he did I forgot this. He did a TV show, but he played a minister, and he had a very memorable scene when he was in drag, and he kind of did they were coming down the mountain.
Paul Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe, yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe, Paul Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's easy to get confused. One's a Riddler and one's not a Riddler. That's all right.
See Pierce Brosnan here doing his best leading man-love relationship. This movie just goes insane. You wouldn't believe it, but in about 20 minutes, it goes absolutely mental. It really does. It's really great. I mean, I didn't see this at the cinema. I saw this on the TV when I was growing up. And man, I had to find the video. I found the video and I watched it again and again. I really loved it. In fact, I saw this before Die Hard, I think. I probably saw Predator before this.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, well, I don't know about you or anybody in the chat. Like, if I like a movie by a director, I'll source out other movies by that director.
Oh, me too. That's my favorite way to view somebody's work. If I get into a director, I'll try and go back to their first film.
Yes,
and then if I can, I'll watch it in order. That's my favorite way to watch it.
Yeah, that's, you see, for me as well. Like, I recently got a lot of Carpenter upgrades to Blu-ray.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned because you were getting rid of some of your old DVDs.
Yeah, And I picked up Dark Star on Blu-ray.
Which Blu-ray version did you get?
I got the remastered 2025 edition.
Oh, cool. Mine's a really old version of Dark Star. I think it might be the first Blu-ray release.
Okay.
I absolutely love Dark Star.
It's really, so cheesy.
But like unironically love it. I mean, the ending it's a perfect ending. It really is. I mean, one guy gets to go surfing across the flipping atmosphere of a planet, and the other guy gets taken off around the cosmos in a flipping bunch full of what do you call them? Comets. It's class, man. I love flipping Pinback and what do you call him? The guy who sits in the dome who ends up going around the universe.
Oh,
it's Pettibone or something, isn't it? What's his name?
Hang on. I can't really see. I haven't watched the Sins in a while, but I know who you mean though.
Yeah.
Dark Star. Oh,
so cool the way the mystery unfolds in this movie as well.
Yeah. Boiler.
Yep, Boiler's the blonde guy with the big blonde handlebar mustache.
Yes, yeah. Doolittle and Pinback, and then there's
Doolittle. That's who I was thinking of. Not Doolittle. Yeah.
Brian R.L. But to go from that then to something serious like Assault on Precinct 13, and then Halloween and so on and so on. So
I love the tagline: "Bombed out in space with a spaced out bomb."
Yes. Someone liked the reviews.
I mean, it's I like how proud Carpenter is of it as well.
I
mean, he always says it's just a student film. That's all it is. It's just a student movie. But I think he's proud of what they did with it and how that he got Jack H. Harris the guy released The Blob, right? Was the guy that released Dark Star.
Cool.
And he got him his first couple of jobs after that, and he got him an agent. And it's, I mean, that's crazy that Dark Star started his career like that. Because now I don't think Dark Star would start anybody's career.
No, people would be ashamed of it, but he wasn't, as you said.
I love it. I think it's a great movie, but
I think, you see, the 70s for cinema in the 70s was very uber realistic for a lot of things. And that came at the right time to, it
was a pessimistic time after the 60s.
Yeah.
I think it was really pessimistic. I mean, and obviously Dark Star's riffing on
2001. Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, there's nobody else would have put country music with a bunch of truckers in space. And I mean, years later, when you get stuff like Alien that Dan O'Bannon wrote, would there be an Alien without Dark Star?
Probably not, I would say.
Well, I don't think there would either.
No. There would have been some, premise, but it wouldn't be as...
I mean, I really do love O'Bannon. I know that he was a bit of a grouchy, right-wing, outspoken, crazy guy.
Yeah.
But, well, not right-wing. I guess he was kind of middle of the road. But
he was moderate. Yeah.
But some of the things he said, I thought for an old hippie were quite.
Well, that's the contradiction you see.
It is the contradiction of him. For being an old hippie, he's a grouchy old soul, wasn't he?
Yeah. Whereas Carpenter was a hippie as well, and he didn't change his beliefs anyway. So
yeah.
I was watching one of your older videos there. You were talking about how sequels change horror.
Yes.
For Halloween 2.
Yeah.
And just when I was tidying up earlier, I was having in the background, and
I'm glad somebody's watching them.
You mentioned about how Carpenter reshot a lot of Rosenthal's work.
Yes. Well, he added a few scenes of gore in because he'd had that experience with The Fog when Scanners had come out. And he understood that things needed to juicing up a little bit with The Fog, so he went back and shot some stuff. And then I think he did the same with Halloween 2. He realized that maybe it was a bit tame and he had to go and shoot some other stuff, and he did put some stuff in. I mean, they did need stuff for a longer cut for television, apparently, as well. But I mean, the seamless, you can tell it's Carpenter, I think. I mean,
there's certain scenes, like as you said, it was kind of more of a, like he didn't want to write the sequel, and
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of like, because you want to, you know, get away from, you know, but when you kind of like had a hit with Halloween and then you're expected to have.
I mean, I would have done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would have kept going. Me, I like sequels. I like the fact that you can do crazy things with them. I really do.
Mm.
And I like the fact that when I was coming up with, you know, more Nightmare on Elm Street than Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
but the Nightmare on Elm Streets went bat crap crazy.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
I mean, they really do, and I kind of like that. You've got Stephen Hopkins directing one. You've got Rennie Harlan directing one. You know, was it Stephen Hopkins? It was, right? Stephen Hopkins.
It was, yeah. And then, yeah, Rennie Harlan, yeah.
You did Predator 2, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Nightmare is my favorite franchise. You know,
Knight Rider.
No, Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Night
Rider.
Knight Rider. No, it's not a, no.
Knight Rider is my favorite franchise.
That's a standalone film, John. Standalone film.
Oh, I was thinking of Michael and Kit, but I said Knight Riders.
Oh, I thought you went to George Romero. Knight Riders. You know, the jousting and all that. On the bikes.
This is where it starts to go absolutely mental. It really does. He starts to follow the punks around because he's an anthropologist. So he starts to treat them like a project. It's great.
How clinical.
Oh,
How clinical.
Speaking of clinical, I watched The Fly this morning while I was exercising.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what it is? It's still I think it's still my least favorite Cronenberg film. I mean, I'm working on a video about it. That's why I had it on in the background. But I mean, but my least favorite Cronenberg films, you know, my favorite, you know, compared to anybody else's film, I'd rather watch my least favorite Cronenberg film than any other film. But that's interesting. It's just, I think the rubber suit really puts us off sometimes.
Okay.
Even though Chris Willis won an Oscar for the makeup, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the thing, like, funny enough, it's up there for me. It's one of my favorites.
I know. I remember that. That's why I thought I'd mention it. But I don't know what it is. I cannot get away. I mean, I do love it. I think Gina Flippin Davis is brilliant in it.
She is, yeah.
I mean, the acting is amazing. It is. I think, I mean, Jeff Goldblum had to overact because he's in that big suit. But I mean, John Getz is incredible in it.
Yeah, John Getz really is the spurned boyfriend, all right, isn't he?
He's my favorite. He is. He's my favorite thing about it. I really, really like him in that. And I was listening to the commentary on it, and while I was on the exercise bike, and Cronenberg was saying he'd seen him in Blood Simple, and that's what made him cast him in the film. He thought, and then he saw him in another play or something in New York, and he was like, "I want that guy. He's really good."
Yeah,
I mean, that's who he wrote it for. He wrote the parts for them. Or at least he said he's been lucky enough to get the actors for he's usually wrote with an actor in mind, and he's been lucky enough to get him. And he said with Jeff Goldblum, it was he was actually dating Gina Davis.
That's right, yeah.
All right. And he'd said she would do it, you know, she would. And he said, well, yeah, we'll read her. And he read her, and he said, that's it. We don't need to say anybody else. She's absolutely great. Do you know Cronenberg? He's pretty dirty in his way when he talks. He's got like a bit of a devious mind, I think. I was listening to a bit. There's a few moments with Gina Davis when he says, you know, she's a beautiful, tall, good-looking, funny, intelligent, strange woman. What's not to like? I mean, there's like a couple of times when he says that about her in the commentary.
So she says, on a different note, any thoughts on 1987 Anguish by Bigas Luna? Heard amazing things about it. I haven't heard of it.
It's very, very good. It is. I mean, be prepared for blood and kniving and stuff. But it's a good movie. I really like the tone of it, Solitude. I do. I think do you know when a movie's similar to this, when it's got its own tone and its own thing going? That's what's really good about Anguish by Luna. It's really interesting. It's shot really well too. It's like really wide lenses, and it's an interesting film. That. Sorry if I mentioned lenses a few times, and I've been thinking about lenses loads lately. But it's a good movie, Anguish. It is. It's but be prepared for a bit of a wallop. It's not an easy watch.
Okay. Is it 1987 Anguish, or is it Anguish itself? Is that what's called?
Anguish. Anguish is the title.
Right.
If I remember right, Solitude, right? So what about the guy that just goes house to house killing people?
Oh, lovely.
I mean, this is so low budget, but he's just going out on the town. He's got the tunes going. He's stuck
What's
there.
in the Hamilton? No, it's not. No, it's not. But it looks like a review.
That's one of the things I love about 80s cinema. It really took itself like seriously. You know, like visually wise, not so much content wise. But I mean, visually, I mean, it reminds us of something like, say, Cobra, when you've got Angel of the City playing, you know, when he's driving around the city, or it's got that vibe.
It kind of, yeah, it's kind of, this is kind of got a noir feel, I think.
It's beautiful. I'm really pleased that you wanted to watch along with this. It's I wanted to watch it again for a while.
But like, I'm looking at the, you know, the panning shots, and
he's just a great director.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, not a very nice guy from what we read earlier on, but
well, wiretapping producers' phones, yeah, that might be an issue.
I mean, he must have been really insecure to be phoned wiretapping producers, but he's got nothing to be insecure about. I mean, his vision's there, you know, it's great. I mean, this is about the nighttime streets of LA, I imagine. It's just,
yeah.
I just love it when somebody says, "This is my movie. This is what you're going to get," and I always get that with McTiernan's work.
Yeah.
He wants to give you a good time, and it's. I mean, one of my favorite McTiernan quotes is, "I want to make the movies that I want to watch." Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Sorry.
He says,
he
says, "I make the movies that I want to watch."
That's what you know. That's what all directors should do, because you know, their take on things.
But he just does exactly what he needs to do with the camera. That's great. I mean, he's using that beach there early in the morning. He's just going for it. I mean, I guess that's what it's like when you're a young director who wants to break into Hollywood. You've got to give it your all, and I think he really gave it his all with this.
Well, you said he did Die Hard and he did Predator.
Yeah, they're his two most famous ones, I think.
Like, Predator's very insular as well, so.
Oh yeah, Predator's Predator's a masterpiece. It really is.
And that's not being hyperbolic. Like, it is actually for what it is.
Oh,
it is really good.
It's yeah, no, I mean it's. I mean, there's a moment in Predator when we'll probably discussed this before, because it's just one of those moments for me in cinema that made us realize how much I love cinema. So when you've got Alan Silvestri's music, the and the helicopter lands, and you just see Dutch in silhouette with his cigar and his cap. I mean, that's cinema. It's a cinematic image. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lasting image, and
it sticks out in my brain forever, and it gives us goosebumps thinking about it. It's a great image. It really is. It's just everything perfect together. Without the music, without Arnie's silhouette, without the, you know, it wouldn't be that moment, but he just puts it all together perfectly. He really does, and that's what a good Hollywood director does. I mean, he's not going to be directing Bergman movies.
No.
He's going to be directing movies that are going to, you know, entertain you, take you on a bit of a thrill ride, you know? It's
like
what he
a couple
does.
years ago, I'm sure you've heard of Cinefix. YouTube channel?
I must have, right?
Yeah.
Is it video essays?
No, they kind of just do, well, they do video essays, but they also do kind of like top 10 sequels, top 10 whatever, you know.
I think this is where we'll get to this Mary Warnoff.
But they did
she worked with Andy Warhol.
Scores. And they said about how The Good, the Bad, and Ugly, you know, without Morricone's score, it would just be three men in the desert looking at each other.
Oh yeah, it would be. There's Adamant, look. But it would be. Morricone's score makes it. I mean, it's interesting with Morricone. It's I mean, it's a toss-up for me between Schrifkin and Morricone, but because I like Morricone's later scores better than his earlier ones.
Okay.
Like, I love The Mission, and I love Heartbeats in Space from Mission to Mars. I really love those latest scores more than his the man with no name kind of scores, you know.
Yes.
Whereas Lalo Schifrin, it's the other way around for me. I love his earlier scores, and I really don't like his later ones. After Amityville, I don't think he really did another good score, really. But I feel that way about. I don't know. I did like it's a toss up between the two for me. I mean, we watched Enter the Dragon the other night, and I mean, Schifrin's score for that is unbelievably cool, man. It really is. It's so cool. Great score. They're onto him. Look, run, Pays, run. Hide your camera in that bed and just get out of there.
Oh, they're lovely punks.
I know, but they're not really punks. They're like I said, they're like human league punks. Real punks wouldn't be wearing makeup.
No. Well, some did. You know.
There's some amazing shots coming up here.
Do you ever see Worried About the Boy? Kind of Boy George biopic.
Oh yes, I did. Yes.
Aye, well, there's a scene where Steve Strange,
Yeah.
when he hears that David Bowie's in the club, or whatever, and looking for to people for Ashes to Ashes video and all that. It's just like yeah, they're punks who wore makeup. Okay, it's a new wave to an extent, but
it is. I mean, I think it's new wave. It is. I mean, this is new wave. Punks were the 70s. Punks were 77. I mean, they were the guys against disco, right? I mean, that was punk.
Yeah.
Well, even Joe Strummer and the Clash and stuff later on, they weren't punks,
Well, Stranglers weren't punks, but they embraced the label.
Yeah. I mean, did any of the punk bands really stay punk, do you think?
That's a good question.
It is.
Stiff Little Fingers.
Yeah, undertones as well, right? Fergal Shock.
No, I wouldn't say it's undertones.
Yeah.
They kind of, they're later stuff, stuff they do now. Like, they don't have Fergal Sharkey's input because of a fallout.
Is he still going, Fergal Sharkey?
He is, but he's nowhere near as popular as he was.
Mars bar a day helps you work, rest, and play.
Yes. Okay. My perfect cousin.
What I like to do, he doesn't. I never remember that. Undertones. Teenage Kicks, of course.
Because he flipped the kick, and I didn't know.
Look at that shot, man. That's great. The silhouette there going through.
You got to remember, I used to live in Derry, so I know all the Undertone songs. So,
we just lost 2 viewers there when we started singing.
Oh, no. Come back. We'll sing something else instead. Nah, I must be Fergal Sharkey's fans. But no, to answer your question, no, I think the only band that really stayed punk would have been the Stiff Little Fingers.
Yeah.
Because they're still going and still ferociously, energetic.
I do love Pill. I do. I like Pill. I do. I like Pill, Public Image Limited, better than the Sex Pistols. Like by a long shot.
I think the Sex Pistols were more about attitude. In terms of, Malcolm McLaren and his, disdain for society.
Yeah.
Whereas Pill were just an all-round talented group of musicians and songwriters.
Well, it changed a few times over the years, the lineup. But they were always interesting. Very word of. I mean, this woman here, she worked with Andy Warhol. She was part of the scene. She was in loads of Roger Corman's movies.
All right. Okay.
So she's in Joe Dante and the John Sayles movie, the first one that did. She gets crushed by the Hollywood sign. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Well.
reminds us of The Hunger. You know, can you remember The Hunger, the Tony Scott movie?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
With Catherine Deneuve and Dave Bowie and Susan Sarandon and Cliff DeYoung and Willem Dafoe's first role, actually, I think.
That's right. Yeah. Well, one of his first, yeah.
It's just got so much style, man, and all he's doing is lighting people in a back alley. So good.
She's a natural, though, isn't she? Like, look at her. Like,
yeah. Well, like I say, she was hanging around. That's why I used her for the first stream that didn't work. But she had attitude. She was hanging around with Warhol and stuff. She was one of those people.
You can tell, like, that she has charisma, like, you know, definitely. She's not afraid. Yeah, I know you could argue it's a character, but the actress as well. I mean, you know, she's, you know, she loves it. Like, oh, it's Freddie Mercury wannabe.
He's getting obsessed. He's He shouts crazy in a French accent as well. Oh, what a smack!
What was it?
Let's see it. Let's see. I smack him in the face. That was a proper punch.
So I'm just like, kind of like, he's like, I'm out of here.
He's one of my favorites. Like
that transition just hit me there. You know, from the alley scene to the house, like
straight into it. I know.
Straight away, no build up or nothing.
He's just got he's got that stamp, man. McTiernan, that's what his work's like.
Yeah, fast paced, like.
It's like he's like a much harder Richard Donner.
Yes, yeah. Is that where they got the gag for Naked Gun? The 3 hands?
I don't know. I mean, I always compare the two because they were around at the same time, him and Richard Donner. And I do like Lethal Weapon better than Die Hard. I have to say I'm a Lethal Weapon fan more so than Die Hard. But I think McTiernan's a better director.
You see, I think Lethal Weapon, for the seriousness of it, you know, like the whole, you know, like is more of a serious film,
than
Die Hard, I'd say. But there's also some very good comedic moments.
Oh, definitely.
You know, but whereas Die Hard, it doesn't have that much. It's mainly quips by Bruce Willis.
I mean, the first Lethal Weapons it's a dark film.
It is very dark, yeah.
And Shane Black wanted to make the second Lethal Weapon just as dark, and he wanted Riggs to die in the end. Obviously, they said no. Are you kidding? No.
Yeah, one of the stars of the film, like.
One of the stars of the movie.
Or main characters, I should say.
He is indeed.
What do you do with all those photographs?
He studies them. He studies the punks.
Yeah, but see, right. You saw there, somebody took a picture of him.
Yeah.
You know, right, when taking the pictures. How did he get that? I'm not picking on you, just generally curious. Like,
how do I get what? Sorry.
You see, right? You see in the background there, you know, behind her, the photographs.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him taking a picture.
Yeah.
How did he get that picture?
All right, I see what you mean.
You know, he's like every other picture is like of the tribes of people, and then there's one that's sticking out of him.
Artistic license. That's how he got it. Artistic license.
Okay, fair enough. She took it. That's what.
Why she took it? He's looking intense now.
No, that's a sleeping bag.
That's the next bait I'm going for. I'm going for a Pierce Brosnan look.
Oh dear God, no. Do you want me to coach it and have an accent then?
That would be great. I'm really enjoying this. The wine. It's a bit different for me to switch to wine.
Yeah, it is actually, because you're normally a beer man, aren't you? So
yeah, I really want to learn more about wines. This one's a Chardonnay. 19 Crimes. It's southeastern Australia. I just thought it was interesting when I saw the ball, 19 Crimes.
Right. Okay.
Chardonnay, and it's obviously that. I mean, I'll read you the back. It's only brief, but so a liquid ode to our past. 19 Crimes is inspired by those who, beginning in 1788, were transported to Australia for a life of hard labor. Many did not survive the journey. For the sea-beaten people who made it ashore, a new world awaited. As pioneers in the harsh frontier colonies, they forged fresh pathways and built new lives from their checkered pasts, brick by brick. And this wine honors their history that they wrote and the culture that they built. All right, Chardonnay.
So a French wine distilled in Australia. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's. I guess most wine's Australian and French, right?
South African, Argentinian.
Yeah, I'm just learning. I'm drinking far too fast. I better stop. The bottle's nearly gone. But I'm just starting to learn about wine. It's great. So I guess watching a movie with Pierce Brosnan playing a French guy
makes sense. Yes.
Makes sense.
Of a French wine. Well, French wine is in Australia.
All the French wine from Australia, because he's an Irishman playing a
Frenchman. So look at all the actors always play a different role.
Do you have any favorite debut movies?
Debut movies
from directors?
Well, I won't go to obvious ones, but I'll think that's less obvious.
Well, it's okay. You can go for the obvious ones. I mean, let's talk about it.
Okay, Eraserhead
from Lynch.
Yes, I'm a big Lynch fan.
Yeah.
I
would say Shivers then. If you would see Eraserhead, I would say Shivers from Cronenberg.
Yeah.
I think that's an astonishing first feature.
I would argue yes, but I'd also then raise you slightly with Slither. A kind of an homage to.
Is that James Gunn?
That is James Gunn, yes.
It's the one with Michael Rooker and what's that great actress, the blonde woman from The Next 3 Days?
Oh Jesus!
I really like that actress. She's great. She was in the remake that did badly at Charlie's Angels. I think she directed it, in fact.
Oh right. Oh
But she's a great actress when she turns it on. She's really good.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, but she was fantastic in that Slither. I thought she was great in that movie, but particularly good in a film by Paul Haggis called The Next 3 Days with her and Russell Crowe. It was a really great film that was no one really mentioned.
Thanks.
Chardonnay equals the grape. There you go, Solitude. You probably know more about wine than any of us. I'm just starting to learn. I mean, literally just starting to learn the last couple of weeks. I thought I'd try and broaden my horizons a little bit, so I started to look at other wines. And before now, I did like Merlot and some white wines, but apparently a lot of people have said everyone likes Merlot. Apparently, it's just one of those things. But so I thought I'd try some whites, and this is one that I picked up that I quite like.
I don't like white myself personally, but red would be my. If I was going for a wine, I'd go for Merlot or Shiraz. Shiraz,
yes, that's popular in the bar. I like to drink in Shiraz. I notice that goes all the time. I like to sit at the bar with my mate Paul, and the Chardonnay. Shiraz seems to go out really quick. But it was Elizabeth Banks I was thinking of. Kerry, that's
yeah. I just mentioned her name there.
Yeah. Sorry, did you? Flipping up.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about that. No, but she was. But The Next 3 Days by Paul Haggis. If she's really good.
Did you make that after Crash or?
It must have been. I mean, it must have been after Crash. Yep. I mean, I've been a Paul Haggis fan since way back. I love Due South. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and he obviously wrote the bulk of the episodes of Due South, and I got into him because of that. But Paul Haggis, he had a pretty far out career, didn't he? After that, he did Crash, and that won Oscars. Then he did The Next 3 Days, and he did what was that great movie with Tommy Lee Jones? Was it The Valley of Elia? I think it was. That was really cool with him and Charlize Theron. When Tommy Lee Jones' son gets killed, and he kind of goes looking for the soldiers. That was a really good one, good thriller. Paul Haggis was a good writer.
Another one I would say would be Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead's a good debut movie, right?
Try not to be obvious because
it's got a nice color to it.
Looks clear to me. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know if you'd call it feature, because I think he made a TV movie before. But Sugarland Express by Spielberg.
Yeah, Sugarland Express. That was a Goldie Hawn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Goldie Hawn. That was a good movie. It just looks so cinematic, Ellie, in this film, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, that's a great one.
Off the top of my head, those three.
I mean, I think you can. I mean, there's some that you can learn.
You're gargling. Didn't hear any of you say that.
Just give it a minute.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that still does that. I think it's when something goes like loud on the movie. It goggles my mic. I'm on different outputs and everything. But I mean,
oh, right, okay.
Whatever. I'll figure it out eventually. One of these days, I'll figure out how to do streams. But so I like Kelly Reichardt's first film, River of Grass, with Larry Fessenden's in it, the director, and he's really good in it. I think it's one of his best acting roles. I think this is great. I'd say that Nomads is one of my favorite debuts from a director. I really do love this film a lot. But I mean, some of the best people like Hitchcock, and I mean, I'd go even as far as to say Ingmar Bergman. Their first films aren't that great. It takes them a while to get into the stride. But someone like McTiernan straight in.
Crisis, Torment, and stuff like that.
I mean, they're all right. Yeah, they're okay. I mean, he wrote Torment, right? He didn't direct it.
No, yeah, he did. He wrote it, yeah.
But I don't know, his first couple of films. I mean, look at Stanley Kubrick. His first film, Fear and Desire, he ain't the best, man, by a long shot. No. It's not.
Not compared to his other stuff, no. Definitely not. I was earlier today, I was caught about 10 minutes off Sam Fine's review of 2001, and he talked about Kubrick's early stuff.
Yeah.
And he said basically they're not worth knowing.
Yeah.
Because they're good, but they're not great.
That's my favorite shot in the movie, that running down the alley. I've tried to copy that shot a couple of times in my own films, and I've never quite gotten it. Great shot. But I haven't you know what it is, Solitude? Solitude's asking about the Oscars nominations.
Oh yeah. So
I didn't look yet. So I was assuming, I was talking to my mate Dave the other day about it, and we were assuming that stuff like Sinners and things were probably going to...
Yes, it's got a lot of nominations.
Yeah, we're probably going to clear the board a bit, like that were good movies this year. And
Sinners is good, though, in all fairness. Does it deserve as many nominations? Probably not.
I thought it was okay. I did. It was okay. I do like Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. I really like the Creed movies. I'm a big Rocky fan, and I thought he did a great job with those. I mean, great. I was really chuffed at how good they turned out. I was dreading them when they announced them and they said they were coming out, because I thought, oh man, you can't, man. Rocky's done after Balboa. You can't. But it was okay, and I liked the kind of balls that he had when he went to Stallone and said, look, I'm going to do these with you or without you. So if you want to be in them, great. If you don't, I'm doing them anyway.
What I like about them is he didn't make Rocky the...
Yep, he didn't make Rocky
character.
Yep, he did his own thing, didn't he? And I like that. I love that about those movies. I wasn't so much of a big fan of what else has got the nominations this year. I didn't look yet. I'm sorry, I didn't look. I really should have. I really should have looked. It would have been a good topic tonight, but I didn't look. I've been so busy. Yeah. Solitude, the Bridge movie's happening now. I've already started shooting on it, so I've been really busy shooting that the Bridge documentary.
Okay, we have 16 Sinners has 16 nominations.
16?
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. 16 nominations.
Yeah. One Battle After Another has 13.
Ah, of course. I forgot about One Battle After Another, yeah. That was the one film, two films I saw this year, The Shrouds And one battle after another were the only ones that I actually reviewed on the channel that I thought were worthy of reviewing, because there was something special about those films, I thought.
Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, and Sentimental Value have 9. Hamnet has 8. Begonia, F1, The Secret Agent, and Train Dreams has 4. And then with 2, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, K-Pop Demon Hunters, and Sea Rat.
K-pop Demon Hunters, that's a surprise. But I know it's been very popular. I do. A lot of people have been talking about it. Thanks, Solitude. Cheers. Much appreciated. Yep, I didn't think that movie was going to happen. But in fact, I showed you a couple of the establishing shots the other night, Kerry, didn't I? When I've been out recceing the locations and trying out different lenses and things.
I'm not going to brown nose you, but they do look really good.
Thanks very much, Kerry. I really appreciate it. It was, I really do. It was a bit of a learning curve for us. I took different lenses out, and I just thought, because I've got the opportunity to do another film, I should try and jump out my comfort zone a bit. And I mean, this isn't on the company's time. This was my own time. I went out there, went to the location, thought, okay, I'll take some shots. I'll find some some places I can position the camera at the location, because it's a busy London suburb where it's shooting. So I thought I'd go down and just look around. And I mean, I played with a 70 to 300 millimeter lens, which usually I wouldn't do on documentary, which is a zoom lens. So you put the camera further back, and then you find your shot, with the zoom, rather than being up close and personal, like a lot of docs are, because you're following the action in documentaries. You're going to move with what happens. But I just decided to sit back with the lens. And you were disappointed with the Mastermind, Solitude, I was a little bit disappointed with it, I have to say. I was a little bit disappointed with the Mastermind. It was I did love the New England colors of it. It reminded us of Trouble with Harry, which is my favorite Hitchcock film. Like those kind of autumn leaf colors that it had, Solitude. But I enjoyed it, I have to say. I did. It was it's definitely not a best film, but I still think she's one of the really great directors working today. I really loved Old Joy, and I really, really love Wendy and Lucy. I think Wendy and Lucy's incredible work. I love that film so much. So I really like what Reichardt does. Did you see Meek's Cutoff, what you did? I really like that one. The Western she made. It was kind of a Monty Hellman-ish type Western. Really cool movie. But I do know what you mean. I don't think it's our best work, Solitude, not by a long shot. In fact, I'll probably put it at the bottom of the pile, but bottom of the pile from Reichardt's still a lot better than anybody else, I think, for me. But I would put it at the bottom of the pile of our work. I would. It was First Cow was a lot better, I thought, and I really liked Certain Women as well, man. I love her direction. There's something about her style that just draws us in. It's like it's so slow. It's almost like slow cinema, like Bresson or Ozu. She's got that kind of thing going, but I don't know what it is. It's just something incredible about her work. It's so human. There's something I can relate to in it. I don't know what it is. I mean, that's personal, I guess. I guess it's a personal thing, but it's just something that draws us in about her movies, especially Old Joy and Wendy and Lucy. Those two movies just blows away every time I watch them.
Definitely not a matte painting.
Oh, I definitely not. Did The Mastermind get any nominations?
No. I don't think so. No. Just didn't mention it in the multi.
Yes, Solitude. Night Moves. Yes, Night Moves was excellent, wasn't it? Definitely by far the best thing that dude's done. The pardon me, the guy from Zombieland. He was great in that, and so was that.
Michael Cera. No, not Michael Cera.
Yeah, no, it's the one who did. Michael Cera and him were almost like
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes, Eisenberg. Eisenberg. Yeah, and
yeah, Night Moves was always pretty good. I've seen that myself.
Oh, it's so good. Night Moves. It is. I
But
love that.
it's
I love that shot when he can't write his name on the job application form. It's flipping excellent. And that was Maggie Gyllenhaal's husband, right? Ah, man, I'm flipping hell. Well, I guess a bottle of wine flipping makes me more drunk than a bottle of whiskey because I can't remember anything yet again. But it's Scars. It's not Scars.
Wikipedia is our friend.
Yeah, it is. I'll get him because I'm doing these actors a disservice because Night Moves is an amazing film. It's I can see his face. So it's Dakota Fanning, Peter Sarsgaard. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yep.
In fact, that's a poster. I've just got it up on IMDb. That's a poster I would really like to have on the wall. That's a beautiful film poster. But it's such a creepy movie as well, Solitude, isn't it? Like the way that the darkness creeps into everything. They just kind of creep down the river in the boat and place the bomb, and then they leave. And I always remember seeing this. And when I was a student, for anyone who's watching along with us, Pierce Brosnan just attacked somebody under a street lamp. And I shot a scene in one of my student films under a street lamp because of that, because I thought he must be using that because it's where the light is in the street. So I shot a scene under a street lamp because of Nomads. It really did have an impact on us, this. It was one of those movies I watched a lot. Especially because you get to see Pierce Brosnan's bum there. But it's great. I mean, this is when it starts to really start to mess with you as well, because that dude, well, you'll see in a second what happens, but it starts to mess with his head a lot. Man, the light's incredible there. But yeah, I'm gonna that's something I'll get. I'll get that Night Moves poster. But I thought Reichardt did go from strength to strength to strength. I really did. And I like to watch her talk about her movies as well. She's really cool, especially when she talks about editing, and she talked about working with Larry Fessenden earlier on, and Fessenden earlier on, and how he kind of taught her, well, not taught her, but how he sat with her in the edit room and they went through things. And she's really interesting filmmaker. She likes to talk about what she does. I always admire that about filmmakers. She's not like what's it called? A safeguarder? Or not a safeguarder. It's like a gatekeeper. She tells you everything she does and how she does it. I guess that's because she's a teacher. She teaches film in New York, I think it is.
Kind of like Chantal Ackerman.
Chantal Ackerman, yeah. I think Reichardt's better. I know that Ackerman got voted one of the best directors in the world recently, didn't you?
That is a good shot. Friendly faces.
I've never seen that, Solitude. The Hummingbird Project. Have you seen that one, Kerry?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
It's a cool title, The Hummingbird Project. Oh, Salma Hayek, too. Class. I love Salma Hayek. And Alexander Skarsgård. Oh, cool. I'll check that one out, Solitude. Oh, I did eventually see the Yui Ball interview that you sent, the documentary on him. It's great. It was, in fact, I sent you the link, Kerry, didn't I?
You did, yep.
The Yui Ball, and we were talking about, you were thinking about next Saturday doing the Yui Ball stream?
Yeah, we'll do that on Cinema Fanatics, yep.
Yep, on Cinema Fanatics. So if you're up for Solitude, we'll be doing that Yui Ball stream on Saturday.
After your request, Solitude.
Aye. But it was, sorry about, I couldn't get the link that night. It was, Outlook was down. I don't know why, but it was down. But just my usual messing around with technology, probably, so like it did tonight. But, man, it's a really good documentary. I loved him when he was talking about his style and stuff. And, I mean, obviously, we can discuss it more next Saturday, but I really do. I started to watch a few of his films again, particularly House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark. And he's great. I mean, I'll have a lot more to say about that once I've done a little bit more research, I think. But, I mean, I always liked him. I did. I always liked him. Because I knew he had his own thing going, and his films do exactly what they say on the tin. And kind of a much lower budget version than McTiernan. in the fact that he knows exactly what he's making. This is what I'm going to make, and he does it. Do you know what I mean? I really like that. How can I prepare? Any movies I have to watch? I would recommend those ones. I mean, they're my two favorites. House of the Dead, which you can watch on YouTube. That's where I watched it. And also Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain's another excellent one, yes, with Terminator 3, right? The girl from Terminator 3 in the lead.
Christina Loken.
Was it Christina Loken?
Mm.
But that was a good cast in Blood Rain. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Michael Madsen in there too, and there was a really good cast. Lance Henriksen pops up, right? If I remember rightly. I might be one of the sequels, but
not sure.
No.
I wouldn't be overly familiar with it, but I remember, we mentioned it on the stream before. That's why I just mentioned it there now.
But I mean, it'll be good to talk about it. I mean, we'll just do what we did tonight. We're not going to be talking about McTiernan all night, but
Well, we could actually, what we could do is
watch Along House of the Dead.
Yeah,
that would be good. I would like to watch it again. I think it's a great movie. I mean, it's got Ellie Cornell from Halloween 4 and 5 in it, so I was over the moon. I mean, you can see what he was trying to do with it. He got a little bit of gravitas off doing the computer game adaptations. Kept going. I mean, House of the Dead was... I mean, that was one of my favorite arcade games in the arcade. It was similar to Time Crisis, one of the shooter games.
Do you remember them arcades?
Oh, man, I loved them. I spent all my flipping money, pocket money, in the arcades. My dad used to give us like $150 a week. And I'd go to the arcade and play like 3 games of flipping House of the Dead for 50 pence a pop.
My dad gave me 20p a week.
20p a week.
Until I was about maybe 15. And what can you get with 20p? Not a lot, really.
20 penny chews.
Yeah. You could do, yeah, I suppose. But I suppose he did get me a magazine every week as well. So, and then get the newspapers and stuff.
Hi, my dad did. My dad bought his. Do you remember Total Film?
Yes.
There was Total Film and Empire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was early 90s. If I asked for them, if there was something I wanted to read, and that he'd always get them for us. I'm so lucky. My dad's great. I mean, it was flipping. When I got into music, he bought us a guitar. He gave us everything. He did.
That's good.
I remember him and my mom buying us a blue Ibanez acoustic guitar. They've still got it back at the house. I was speaking to my dad about it the other week. They've still got the guitar there because I couldn't bring it with us when I moved down south. But very lucky indeed.
Like my dad, to be honest, he wasn't the most, like your dad, and he wasn't like that at all. But he worked really hard, and he was a farmer, and he never really could break.
Are you? If I remember rightly, you inherited the farm, right? That's where you guys are now.
No, we inherited the house. Well, I inherited the house.
Oh, you inherited the house.
The home house. My cousins have got the land.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I had no interest. Mainly because of, the way my dad worked. He worked 25 hours a day, pretty much.
Well, I guess running a farm.
Yeah.
I mean, you would, right? I mean, you've got to get. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not a job. It's a life. Isn't it?
Exactly. Yes, and I didn't want that. Yeah. But then my cousins. See where the house is. There's a leach field, which is where our septic tank is. So my cousins have said, we'll give you that field because then you'll have access to the, to that and
to the septic tanks.
Yeah, and all that. So, but they've got the rest of the land. So
are they keeping the farm going, your cousins?
No, they're selling the land, unfortunately, because
that's a shame.
They're not local, you see. There's 2 in South Africa and 1 in Isle of Man.
Oh, right.
So they're selling it, but there's a guy.
The family's spread out wide.
Oh yeah, like Dad's family is.
Yeah.
Like Canada, South Africa.
Wow.
Parts of Asia. And then
that's incredible.
Mum's side was all stayed local in Ireland. So. But my Auntie Maureen, my mum's sister, her kids went all over the world.
So did they farm in South Africa and Canada on the other country?
No.
No. It's a really cool shot. Sorry to interrupt, but this is a really beautiful shot. This really cool effect shot there for a low budget movie.
I must be way behind you. What time are you at?
What time are we at? I'm at 1:10.
I'm way behind. I'm 4 minutes behind.
All right.
There we go. Someone catch up.
But no, it is a shame to sell the land, but I guess that's the way things go, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've no interest in. Well, not that they have no interest, but they wouldn't be able to farm it. And I did say to them, you could rent it.
Yeah.
Give somebody, a project basically, and then they can get money, steady income for 20 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but they said, no, we'll sell it. So, okay. It's your choice. I'm just a executor of the will. So.
It's always hard with things like that, isn't it? When people die and leave.
Was that the shot you're on about where you falling down from the ceiling or from the?
Yes, yeah. That was a shot I was saying was a great shot when he falls off the roof.
I did the same with Die Hard.
Pretty much.
But no,
But now I've just had the trailer on there for the Hummingbird Project, silent in the background. I'm definitely going to watch that one, Solitude. It looks great. Is it a true story? It says it's an IMDb. It says it's a financial drama. I mean, the thing is, with Skarsgård, I can really take him or leave him. It was sometimes he's been great. I really didn't like him in the remake of The Stand as Randall Flagg. I think they've totally miscast him in that. But I really did like Infinity Pool, which was Brandon Cronenberg's film.
Yes.
With Mia Goth and him. I thought that was a really cool movie. He was really good in that too. He probably went out on a limb and, he really went for it. It was a really cool movie.
Brandon really has done his own work.
He has antivirals. I love antiviral. I think it's
Possessor as well. Possessor's tricky.
Yeah, that was that like CIA undercover.
Weird.
That was a good one. That one.
Yeah. And when we watched Possessor, and next he saw, the name Cronenberg, she thought, oh, this is going to be body horror. And I was like, oh, I hope not. It was,
I've heard that too. Solitude just mentioned, Kerry. By the way, the rumor is that Cronenberg is considering making his novel into a movie.
Okay.
Yes. Which I actually have at hand, funnily enough.
Awesome.
Yeah, Consumed. It's this is actually
that could be
an ex-library one. This I don't think I Consumed. Yeah, it was a very interesting novel. I would like to see it as a movie. It is very film-like when you read it. I mean, it's the same with Wes Craven did Fountain Society as well. Wes Craven wrote a novel, Fountain Society, and that was, I guess, maybe it's because I know them as film guys, that the novels that they wrote seemed very cinematic. There was a great one that When the Wheels Fall Off that Hodges wrote, who directed Get Carter. He wrote a great novel called When the Wheels Come Off as well, until the wheels come off. But when I read them, they were very cinematic, Funnily enough. If anyone's interested, it's well worth reading. Wes Craven's Fountain Society. I really liked that book too. I thought that was a really good one. But I'd love to see Consumed as a film. I really would. I'd like to see a film of that.
So she's asking, what is it about?
It's kind of about illness and disease. I could read you the blurb so I don't spoil it. Because it'll be good if they make a movie out of it. It's the blurb. Stylish and tech-obsessed, Naomi and Nathan are lovers and competitors. Nomadic freelancers in pursuit of sensation and depravity in the social media age. They encounter each other only in airport hotels and browser windows. Naomi is drawn to the headlines surrounding Celestine and Aristide. I can't pronounce the name. Marxist philosophers and sexual libertines. Celestine has been found dead and mutilated in her Paris apartment. Aristide, suspected of the killing, has disappeared. Her interest aroused, Naomi sets off in search of the truth about the disturbing mystery. But the browser window is a big giveaway about it. It's very technology minded.
Yeah, that does sound like a interesting read.
It is interesting. It's hopefully that whetted your appetite, Solitude. I don't want to spoil it because it's a really interesting book. But it put me in the mind of
Excuse me.
Who could I say? William Gibson.
Oh, okay.
I would say it put me in the mind of William Gibson and obviously Ballad because
yes, Crash.
Guy Cronenberg directed Crash, which was a ballad. Not so much Burroughs, but I would say Gibson. I would say it was, but it definitely got his own style. 100% got his own style. But it is technology, like a lot of his stuff is. It's technology mixed with the body and flesh and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's interesting.
Cool.
It's worth a read. I mean, you can get the paperback pretty cheap, I would imagine now. I can't think of anything else. I know John Bowman wrote some good novels too. There's some excellent directors who've moved into literature. I think my favorite's got to be Werner Herzog. I love his books. I read one recently. I'm trying to look for it now so I can tell you what it's called. A Guide for the Perplexed. There it is. It's up there. A Guide for the Perplexed. And I loved, I guess it's not really writing, but Michael Winner's Winner Takes All. He did a biography, and I think it's a great biography. It's one of the best ones I've read. It's exactly what you'd imagine. He just lived life to the excess. He really did. He was like such a cool character. Well, not a cool character, but an eccentric character. There's some moments in it where he can't believe he's just this guy who's in Hollywood, you know, and he's a lot more humble than you'd think, but he's very eccentric. Who else did? I'm trying to look around. Is there any other? Obviously, Carl Sagan dabbled in novels. I've got a couple of Carl Sagan's novels there, like Science as a Candle in the Dark and Contact.
I'm just looking here to see, because I got a Wim Wenders book. Trying to remember, get the name of it.
I've never read any of Wim Wenders stuff. I do love Wim Wenders.
It's On Film, it's called.
Say that again, Kerry. Sorry.
On Film.
On Film.
Basically, he's talking about what films he loves and his own work and stuff like that.
I've got a couple of those. I've got Wes Craven interviews. I've got Cronenberg on Cronenberg up there. Schrader on Schrader. Bowman on Bowman. I bought all those Faber and Faber.
You mind if I share the screen?
Which one? Sorry?
Do you mind if I share the screen?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Just show you that. That's it there.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out. I love him. I've got one of his books. It's like a book of interviews that was really, I love him. I mean, for me, in the last couple of years, I think I mentioned this actually last time we were streaming, I watched his film Perfect Days. And man, it was incredible. I mean, it's one of the best movies I've seen for a while. It really was. I mean, I wasn't expecting it either. I kind of put off watching it for a little bit because I thought it would be maybe a bit like, Kings of the Road or yes, Gus Van Sant. Yes, I did. There was a film store here, Solitude, that was selling it, and I almost bought it. But it was about 20 quid, and I'm still skint. I'm like a flipping struggling artist at the minute. I really am. But I did see that. It had like a bright pink front cover. It really stood out in the bookstore. But I'd like to read that. I mean, I can imagine. I did read Gus Van Sant's screenplay for My Own Private Idaho, and it's so descriptive, and he uses different fonts in it and everything. It's unusual format for a screenplay. And oh man, he's so great. I mean, Gus Van Sant's up there with, I think, the best directors of all time. I really do. I watched Sea of Trees again recently. It's really inspired us to write something about. There's a tree I love down by the river. There's a canal here, and I like to walk down by the canal. And when it's windy in the summer, when it's all green, it's a huge tree. It sounds like loads of hands clapping the tree when you walk past. It's quite beautiful. I know that sounds daft and quite insane, but when you and I watched the Sea of Trees recently, and I put the two things together. It's kind of inspired us to write something about that tree. And I'll probably rip his title off and call it the Sea Tree, I think. But that's the vendor's one I've got. I was trying to find it there. It's called The Logic of Images. That's the vendor's book I've got. It's pretty cool. I collected all those Faber and Faber ones a while back, the Double F. Well, not all of them, but there's millions of them. But I mean, you've got Woody Allen, Alan Bennett, John Borman, Eisenstein, Greenaway, Grayson, Green, Griffiths, Hampton, Hare, Jarman, Jordan. It's there's a list of all the. Oh, you can't see it, can you? But there's a list of all the guys.
Yeah, it's blurry, but yeah, we can see there's a lot. Like
that they wrote Wim Wenders, Wagner, Truffaut, Town, Tarkovsky, Soderbergh, Scorsese, Sajat Ray, Michael Powell, Dennis Potter, Pinter, Mali, Kurosawa. But they did. I tried to get as many of them as I could. They had them when I studied film. They had a few of them in the library. I think that's where I discovered them. Might be where I started my collection. I mean, do you think that's true? It's Dennis Hopper. I was watching Dennis Hopper's Backtrack recently, which is a film I always really liked. It's called Catch Fire. I think Hopper is probably the best director who hardly directed. He only directed about 5 or 6 films, and they're all, each one of them, even Chases, the silly comedy he did, is great. It's really good. I love the way he directs. I think Colors is masterful. I think Easy Rider is one of the masterpieces of our time. I don't think we'll ever see another Easy Rider. It's incredible. It's like Kerouac's On the Road, but for the hippie generation. It's incredible. And anyway, he did a film, Catch Fire, and he called it Backtrack, but the studio took it off him, totally ripped it apart, re-edited it. All his friends are in it. It's got one of the best casts you'll ever see. It's got Vincent Price, Dean Stockwell, Joe Pesci, Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Bob Dylan pops up as a chainsaw wielding artist. It's an insanely good film. And anyway, it got ripped off in the studio. I think it was Vestron Films kind of ripped it apart. And then eventually, after he died, they put it back together in a director's cut and released it. And I bought the director's cut from Kino Lorber, the Blu-ray label. And man, it was incredible. I really enjoyed seeing it. And there was some really cool quotes from him in that, like Dennis Hopper in the liner notes and stuff. And he really believed that the joy's in the doing of the art, and there's some really cool stuff about that. I think he would. I mean, I've read some of his poetry, and he was a pretty cool poet. I mean, not necessarily, someone like, I don't know, William Blake, who's one of my favorites, but he had his own like modern style, a bit like Jim Morrison from the Doors. He had that kind of prose style that Morrison had.
Yeah.
And I really liked that about him. He was a good writer. I'd say Hopper was a good writer. I mean, I think he was a good artist in general, even though he turned into a bit of a yuppie in the 80s, a bit of a right-wing yuppie in the 80s.
Well, can I curse?
Gus Van Sant was asked to direct Pretty Woman, Solitude. I didn't know that until they heard what he wanted to do with the script. He wanted to turn it into my own private Pretty Woman. I love Idaho. I mean, I did a video last year when one of my favorites, Odo Kier, is one of my favorite actors. He's got a scene in Idaho and he's dancing around, man, with this lamp. It's incredible. I love the way that he directs, Gus Van Sant. There's no one quite like him. He did a film called Malinoche that just, every time I watch it, it inspires us to want to make films. He had it, like what McTiernan had here, I think. I think we're almost at the end now, actually. This is the end of the movie coming up. It's a shame. I got to talking so much there. But,
Hopper was asked to do Pretty Woman. Solitude.
Hopper was asked to do Pretty Woman. Right. Do you know what he wanted to do with the script, Solitude? I'd love to know.
Probably wouldn't cast somebody else rather than Julia Roberts.
Do you know what it is? I really like Pretty Woman. I do. I think it was Gary Marshall who ended up doing it, right? Was it Gary
Yeah.
Marshall?
Mm-hmm.
It's Gary Marshall.
Penny Marshall's father, I think.
So Penny Marshall was the one who did
Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle, yes. Oh, look. Pierce Brosnan's one of the Nomads.
No, he's changed. He's changing.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I absolutely loved watching that again. I did. I have been listening intently to everything we've been seeing, but I've also had one eye on
the chat.
Pierce Brosnan's buttocks. It's such a great movie that I think it's a really fantastic debut.
There's a check there with the number plate. It could have been SUX. You sucks.
And look, he's on the California flats where the Nomads came from. Enter the drum machine. Well, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. Well, after watching Pretty Woman, so many girls wanted to pursue prostitution. Hopper wanted to make a very realistic movie. Yes, I would imagine so. It was it's very much like Meet Mr. Right wearing a pair of high heels and a wig, wasn't it? It was a strange story, but I do really like it. I'm a big Richard Gere fan because he was in Pretty Woman. He was in American Gigolo, which was one of the films that really informed my youth and informed my love of movies. I really love American Gigolo. And I think he's great in Pretty Woman. I think Hector Alonso is great in Pretty Woman too, who's also in American Gigolo as the cop, Detective Sunday. But it's a fairy tale about a prostitute. It's so weird. Did you see Ken Russell's? I've mentioned it, haven't I? Whore. Ken Russell did a film called Whore with Teresa Russell. Yeah. And he said that was his answer to Pretty Woman. He said, this is what Pretty Woman should have been. It should have been about a real prostitute, not about some imaginary flipping thing. But Gary Marshall, I was trying to remember he did Patrick Swayze, right? And I've had the time of my life. What's it
Dirty
called?
Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. All right. I knew the name. But I really like it. I do. It's one of those rom-coms I really like, Pretty Woman. But I definitely like to have seen a more realistic one from Hopper, 100%. His directing's great, Solitude. It is. He's always a great director. Yeah, cool. But I never saw anything bad he ever did direction-wise. Out of the Black, Into the Blue, or The Last Movie, or it's just he's an incredible filmmaker, incredible artist. I think incredible photographer. I've got a book. I don't know if it's up there. Of his photography as well. It was expensive as hell. They released it just after he died, a collection of his photography. It was pictures of him and with Andy Warhol and like all the different stars he met. But he took photographs constantly throughout his whole life. And it was a collection of his books, but it was a very expensive book. But I think, his was a good debut. Speaking about good debut directors, Solitude, Easy Rider. I mean, that's a hell of a movie to be your first film to direct too. Even if you were stoned out of your brains, I think, like he was. He's just one of those guys I find very inspiring, Hopper. Yes, The Last Movie, fantastic. It's interesting, isn't it? It is. I actually saw that because of, I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Videodrome, and Alex Cox had put it on Videodrome in like a really cut down version years and years and years ago, because he'd worked with Hopper, I think, producing a film, or Hopper had been in, might have been Straight to Hell or something. Hopper was in one of his films and he loved it. And I remember him doing the introduction and talking about Last Movie and saying this is the right movie that Hopper should have done after Easy Rider. It is more far out. It is pushed further. The concepts are much deeper. And I mean, there's some great. Did you get the release? I bought a release of it from, I think it was Indicator. Blu-ray did a release of it in like a hard box just after he died. Again, another release just after he died. A lot of his stuff seemed to come out just after he died, didn't it? And I bought that Indicator hard box of it, and there's a great interview on there with Chris Christopherson, and he talks about how crazy it was shooting in Peru. He said that just went, and he said I was on the airplane, and everybody was stoned out of their minds on all kinds of drugs. And he just kind of said, well, I guess this is I guess this is the way that you make movies, because it was like one of the first movie experiences he'd had. But yeah, Hop has always been a favorite of mine ever since Easy Rider, and it was because it was just one of those movies that inspired us. So I continued to collect his work. Hopper, I think he's fantastic. So did you enjoy Nomads, Kerry?
I did actually, yes.
It's an interesting movie, isn't it?
Wasn't what I expected, to be fair.
Especially from John McTiernan.
Mm.
And when he dies, he doesn't die. It is amazing in Apocalypse Now. I love him with the cameras around his neck and everything. For me, he's my favorite part of the movie. I mean, Martin Sheen's perfect in it, as is Mr. Clean. I think Fishburne, and I mean that's a film I watched the other day with a friend of mine. One from the Heart with Frederick Forrest, who plays Chef in the lead role of Coppola's musical. And we ended up talking about how good he was in Apocalypse Now while we were watching it. It's a great cast. I mean, everybody is great in it. I'm trying to remember the guy who plays the colonel on the boat who gets killed with the spear. He did the voice of Frankie Faison in, because he's fantastic in it as well. Been listed in the flipping first bunch of credits. But I mean, Hop is my favorite part of the movie. He's so far down in the credits, it's unreal. Sam Bottoms, Albert Hall. That was the guy I was thinking of. He plays Chief Albert Hall. It's so creepy. It is. I mean, to see people. Do you know the story solitude about him making that? He disappeared in the jungle for a couple of days and then just came back, totally stoned out of his brains. It's just, I mean, I don't advocate what he did. I don't advocate that kind of use of drugs, and I think it's very self-indulgent. And I think, especially when you like him, and we were talking about Wim Wenders before. He did The American Friend with Bruno Ganz with Wim Wenders. And he just kind of rolled up. And Wim Wenders tells a story. He's just done Apocalypse Now. He just kind of rolled up on the set of American Friend in his jean jacket and his jeans and nothing else. You know, and he was so stoned out of his brains, and he was being such a pain apparently to work with. And Wim Wenders was like, "What am I going to do?" Him and Bruno Ganz aren't getting along at all, and apparently they had a fist fight. Hopper and Bruno Ganz, and then they went missing for like 24 hours. They went out, got slashed, totally drunk, came back, and then Wenders said the movie just happened and it was magic. But I mean, it must have been so difficult to work with someone like that. But often, I think you find people who are geniuses are mad. I know that's a very general statement to make, you know. But I think Hopper was a mad genius. I really do. I mean, we'll remember him from his generation, whereas we don't remember a lot of the other actors. You know, I think he's remembered a lot more than even the greats, who I consider the greats, like Montgomery Clift or Brando from that time. I think Brando's obviously held in higher regard than Hopper, but I think Hopper's remembered more than even Dean now. I think younger generations remember him more.
See what happened with Brando? He went downhill very quickly. You know, after Godfather, that's why he got a bit part in Apocalypse Now.
I know, but he's incredible in it. He's incredible in it. I mean, I love the Missouri Breaks as well with him and Jack Nicholson, the Arthur Penn movie, but he's so just nuts. You know, I mean, he's nuts. But to me, that's a mad genius. Because, I mean, there's just moments in the Missouri Breaks that are breathtaking moments of acting, I think. And I get that in Apocalypse Now. And I can see why Coppola wanted to work with him to get that out of them. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Hopper spoke about it. I've tried to read as much and watch as much of Hopper as I can because I'm a big fan. And he did say that one of the things that really annoyed him was that Brando got there late. They were paying him, I think, £1 million a day or something. And it was like he hadn't read the book. And apparently he said to Coppola, "You read the book." So he had to take Brando on a boat away from everybody else and read Heart of Darkness to him, Joseph Conrad. And Hopper was like, "Man, that's so crazy, wild." But I think sometimes when you're working with a mad genius, that kind of stuff just might need to happen. I mean, it's worth anything. I think it's worth any money. Can you imagine Apocalypse Now without that voice, without that hulk of a body, without that skinhead, without him touching his head? And I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it with anybody else. I really can't. And it would have been very different with Keitel. Solitude, definitely. Walken too. Apparently, Christopher Walken was considered for, what do you call him? What's his name? Willard, Captain Willard, in the film as well. But I mean, it's a film I've watched a lot. Apocalypse Now. It is. I mean, I remember when DVDs were first getting big and they did Redux, and I remember watching Redux about 4 or 5 times in a month. I really got into it. And I liked the fact you got more of Chef and the other characters. And, I liked all that. There was a little bit more Robert Duvall in there as well as Major Kilgore. And I think Redux was my favorite version of it. There was a final cut released after that, I think, if I remember.
4 years ago, yeah.
But when he'd taken that stuff back out. But I liked all the stuff with the Playboys and all that. And I really liked it. I think it's
funny you say that, right? This is going to sound weird. But
Keitel could have nailed it. Sorry. Yep.
No, I was just going to say that, a couple of years ago when the final cut did come out,
yes,
people were saying, "Oh, the Redux version is the better version."
I thought it was. I did.
Right, and there's me in my total ignorance, right, looking around because I knew I had a copy of it on DVD somewhere. I didn't know what edition it was.
It did a great edition of it. It was like a furry case. It was like cardboard. It was a great edition. I remember.
Oh, well, mine was just a black case, but it was the Redux version. I thought, oh, that's good. I don't have to spend money on it.
Because I've already got it.
I already had the best version. So,
I think it is. I think it's the best version. But Coppola is
because I haven't seen it in years. So
Coppola is a complicated director. I think. I mean, it's he's one of my favorite filmmakers. Definitely one of my favorite American filmmakers. I mean, definitely. If someone if someone had a gun pointed at my head and said, "Give us your top 10 American filmmakers," Coppola would be in my top 10. He's made stuff that, like the New York Tales he did. I didn't like that when he was with Woody Allen. And they did those kind of stories together, New York Tales, him and Scorsese and Allen. I didn't quite like that one. I didn't quite. I mean, me and you were talking about the Rainmaker the other night. He did like later on but I just think he takes chances that other directors wouldn't take because he's brave, and I really like that about him. But I mean, to get back to Keitel, I think Keitel would have nailed it. I do. I think Christopher Walken would have nailed it. I do. And I can imagine Keitel in that role. I can't imagine anybody else in Kurtz's role, but I can imagine Keitel as Willard. But I also say that Martin Sheen is the man for that role. Like, Keitel would have nailed it. Walken would have nailed it. But Martin Sheen's his own kind of animal, man. He's got something that is unique to him, Martin Sheen. He always has.
Yes.
He's got something. He's a little guy, but he's got something in him that he just looks like he could do anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's incredible. I mean, I remember watching him in Frankie and Grace when he was him and Sam Waterston with a gay couple, and that left. It was Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda were two best friends, and their two husbands had divorced them and married each other, and it was like a sitcom. And this was only a couple of years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, Frankie and Grace. And I remember just sitting watching it and being floored all over again at how good Martin Sheen is. I mean, the execution of Private Slovak, he's an amazing actor. Badlands, The Departed, he's one of the best things in The Departed, I think.
Yes, yeah.
He's like the voice of reason in that film. It's the one straight guy in the whole lot, he's just great in that. But Sheen, I mean, even in films like Spawn, I remember in the 90s when he popped up in Spawn as one of the bad guys. And there's like no bit parts with Sheen. I don't think there is. He's he'd be up there too when I talk about actors with a gun to the head. So I think Keitel would have nailed it. Walken would have nailed it. But Sheen, there's just something about that man that I'll love forever. I mean, it's more to do with Badlands and Apocalypse Now than anything else. And I think he'd probably agree that, they're two of his finest roles. But, I mean, Badlands was one of the most informative films in my youth. I remember seeing that and not understanding what I was watching because it was so different. And it was the first time I realized, after speaking to, I actually said to my dad after I watched it, I was like, what is that, man? That's so different. And he was like, well, sometimes films are art, son. Sometimes they're like canvases too, what people paint with. And that's what that kind of movie's like. And I was like, wow, I might like to do that one day. That's cool. It was really one of those movies because Sheen is incredible. I mean, you've got Sissy Spacek too. I mean, flipping hell. And Warren Oates. I mean, three of the best flipping actors of all time. But he's really good, like Sheen. And I would like to have seen Keitel do it. The same way I would like to have seen Keitel play Sidney Pollack's character in Eyes Wide Shut. But Sidney Pollack's perfect in that role as Ziegler, the kind of weird, rich millionaire who's there at the party and he sees Tom Cruise's character and then they meet later on and he's like threatening him, saying, well, we might kill you if you tell people about this. He was really good in that. And I can imagine Keitel would have been more threatening because he is threatening, I think, in some performances, Keitel. Like stuff like Bad Lieutenant or, Young Americans and films like that. He's definitely got this menace about him, but he's also got a really soft side and stuff like Holy Smoke. And I mean, these are my favorite actors we're talking about here. Keitel's one of my favorite actors too. I mean, I can't imagine anybody else in Main Streets. And the same way I can't really imagine Keitel playing something like, comparing him and Sheen again. Something like The Execution of Private Slovak, which is one of my favorite Sheen films. I can't imagine Keitel playing that character, which is about a guy that gets shot for cowardice, executed for cowardice. But I can't imagine Martin Sheen playing his character in Main Streets, for example. There's certain roles that are made for certain people, like James Caan in Thief or something. There's certain roles that are just fitted for people, and I'm so glad that
the same like in Taxi Driver as well.
Taxi Driver, when he plays sport in Taxi Driver, he's so cool in that, isn't he?
Effortlessly
cool. I know.
Prick, but he's still.
He's horrible. He's one of the most despicable characters in the film, even though the lead character is despicable too. I mean, we shouldn't like this guy who's going to go and kill people.
Yeah,
but we do, because when you put him up against someone like Sport, he does look like a bit of a saint.
A bit of a saint, yes. Slight exaggeration, but slightly more lovable. Yeah.
I mean, I was talking about this the other week. I was having a pint with a mate of mine, and we got talking about 70s movies, and we're seeing how many great ones there is. You've got French Connection in like the early 70s. Then you've got stuff like Westworld that comes up, Michael Crichton, and you've got all these Andromeda Strain. Not Andromeda Strain. What was the other one? Logan's Run. You've got these kind of movies that begin one after the other that are fantastic, Sorry, because I was thinking about Michael Crichton there. But, I mean, I did watch Westworld again the other day when I was on the exercise bike in the morning, because I usually stick a film on now and watch one when I'm exercising. And, man, that's a great, great 70s movie. It really is. And I couldn't believe it when I looked, and that's like 72. I mean, that's incredible. It looks so modern.
What, Westworld?
Westworld, it looks
73.
73. It looks so modern. It does. I mean, to this day, it looks modern. That's it. And his wife beater. Yes, and his wife beater. But I mean, those 70s movies, there's, do you think it's one of the best times? I mean, for me, growing up, the best times were the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s when I was growing up, because I was starting to watch films like Treasure of the Sierra Madre and things like, Jamaica Inn from Hitchcock. And I mean, everything by Hitchcock. I mean, a lot of Hitchcock's films are still my favorite films because I've got memories of watching them and thinking, wow, this is possible. You can do this. You can tell stories cinematically like this. Is incredible. So, but the 70s was it was an amazing time.
Yeah, I was just saying earlier, it was more pessimistic.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, Alan J. Pakula.
Like a realistic films.
Like All the President's Men and things. And
yes.
Yeah.
And then you got, well,
3 Days of the Condo, man.
Yes, yeah. That's
3 Days of the Condo. Wow. I mean, that's
Redford,
that's one of those movies I go back to. In fact, when Redford died, I watched his Pollock films. I watched First Jeremiah Johnson, because that's my favorite. Then I watched 3 Days of the Condo. Then I watched The Way We Were. Then I watched The Electric Horseman. I watched all the movies that he'd done with Pollock. I mean, they're some of the best 70s movies, I think. Pollock's probably one of the most underrated Hollywood directors, I think, because even though he's a Hollywood director, his movies aren't really Hollywood films. They're like these weird little art movies, but they're shot like Hollywood movies. It's insane. He's a great director, Pollock. A great actor too, like I say, because he replaced Keitel in Eyes Wide Shut, because apparently Keitel walked out after the 70th take and said to Kubrick, screw this. I'd like to work with you, mate, but this is ridiculous. And just walked off the set. And then he gave Pollock the job, which I'm glad for. I think Pollock does a great job in it. But I mean, there's imagined films, isn't there? I mean, if we pick a favorite film like Eraserhead, I mean,
Day of the Future, yeah. But it was my favorite film of the 70s, no.
When was that? 77?
77, yeah.
77. So what else was coming about then that was equal to Eraserhead?
Well, equal in terms of liking or equal in terms of themes?
I think equal in terms of liking, I guess, in terms of what do you think stands up with it?
Well, there's the Mel Brooks films comes to mind a lot for me. Like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein.
I do love Blazing Saddles. That was one that I watched a lot. Like when I was first getting into movies, A Man Named Bart. Yeah, it is pretty cool, Blazing Saddles. It is. I mean, I remember the end of it and it being like meta.
Yes,
when they actually ride into the studio. I remember that blew my mind the first time I saw that as a kid. I like Blazing Saddles.
First of all, with breaking all of them.
I like it better than Young Frankenstein. I think Blazing Saddles is probably Mel Brooks' best film, I think. I mean, the producers is cool too, but
yeah, well, I rewatched both recently. Definitely Blazing Saddles more so. The jokes just land better.
What about you, Solitude? Any favorite movies of the 70s? But Blazing Saddles is, I mean, a lot of people consider it really racist now, don't they? And I mean, it's supposed to be. That's the joke.
Yes.
But it has been one of those movies that's been considered.
That's a good pick with Solitude there, I have to say.
Rocky. So was that 75 Solitude? I went to see a live showing of it at Halloween. Well, not live. It was a projector, and we all got dressed up and went to see the film projected. But yeah, that is a good choice, man. Richard O'Brien.
John was as Frankenfurter.
That was riff raff.
Oh, okay.
I just, you know what it is. I can't get in those suspenders these days. I've got too much.
Hair on your legs.
I'm not as skinny as he was. Put it that way.
Rocky Horror is a good show. To be fair, I love the soundtrack.
It's a great show. I like the sequel, the Shock Treatment. I think it's good. But I'd like to have seen Richard O'Brien do more. Like I really do. I mean, I grew up with him in the Crystal Maze as well. And I loved watching him on the TV. And one of the reasons I loved the Crystal Maze was because that was riff raff. You know what I mean? But
he brought the same energy to it, that's for sure.
Oh, I think that guy just loved life. He had that kind of vibe about him. I loved the way he skipped around and jumped around in that. And I do remember him doing a Rocky Horror in Sunderland, and I went to see it. When I was a kid, I went to see him in a production of it in Sunderland. I also saw Jason Donovan do a production of it later on. Was he
Frankenfurter or was he?
Yeah, he was Frankenfurter, yeah. Jason Donovan was playing Frankenfurter. But that's a good choice. I mean, if we're going to go that way, All That Jazz is a good one too.
Yeah, I was maybe controversial, but John Waters' work as well.
So what movies did he do? Pink Flamingos in 78, something like that, or was it earlier? 72 was Pink Flamingos.
Yeah.
My gosh, that movie's so modern.
Female Trouble was 77, 76.
I did not realize that was 72, Pink Flamingos. I thought it was much later than that.
Well,
that's an interesting one. Definitely. I like John Waters. I love, personally, I like his latest stuff. I love Pecker with Edward Furlong. I really, really like that movie. I love Serial Mom.
Me too. Yeah.
Cecil B. Demented. I mean, he did so many great ones. I mean, my favorite Divine one is probably Female Trouble. I like Lust in the Dust, though, as well. Actually, I'd say Lust in the Dust over Female Trouble, I think. I really like Lust in the Dust.
We watched Female Trouble a couple of years ago. Lexi doesn't really like new old movies like I do. So
he's got an acquired taste, Waters. He has. He's very unique in the way that his characters are so huge.
Yes.
I mean, every character is huge. Whether it's a serial killer mother, or a crazy director that kidnaps an artist, or they're always larger than life characters, and I really love that. The Sting. That's a really great choice. That's a really good choice.
Yes. Yeah. On that note as well, there's
I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. The Sting, yeah, there's one around that same time. Oh, I can't think of it now. Oh, maybe it was the 60s, I'm thinking. Midnight Cowboy was 69, so yeah, All the President's Men, good shout again. Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford. Even more was his true story. Jesus. There's loads. The 70s were more of a, as we said, pessimistic, but I think it was more the fact that, the hippies were gone and everything was not so light and fluffy. Hey, he's back. He's got his beret.
I bought this hat because of the Sting. I wanted to try and look like Robert Redford, when he's got that hat and the Sting. And it's like probably one of the worst choices I ever made.
You got stung, did you?
Oh, but it's totally it was a total impulse buy, Solitude, because of the Sting.
Parallax View, yeah.
Oh, Parallax View. Well, Pakula, man, I mean, he had a run in the 70s like no one else. He really did. I mean, he's got Parallax View, All the President's Men. I mean, later on, he went on to do movies like give us a second. Here Comes a Horseman. He did so many great films. Presumed Innocent. He nailed them. His last films.
Sophie's Choice as well.
Sophie's Choice. He did The Devil's Own, I remember, which was probably his last film, I think. And that was probably the weakest one he did. But man, Pakula used to work with Gordon Willis as a cinematographer, and wow, man, I mean, what a filmmaker. I mean, really incredible filmmaker. It's he's Clute, yeah, that was Clute. Yeah, that was Pakula too. Clute was in the 70s. That was a really great movie too, Clute. Man, there's so many great ones, isn't there? I mean, I don't think we can say that now. I mean, we're living in a time now when, I mean, we're just saying that Sinners is getting 13 Oscar nominations. 16 Oscar nominations. Can you imagine? Sting, Rocky Horror, President's Men, Parallax View, and Clute. I mean, we're living in a different time, ladies and gentlemen. We really are. It's a different time. We really are. Sinners is good, but it is not anything like those movies. Do you know what I mean?
Just looking at my phone there for my
I'll take my hat off, to be serious, unless I turn it around.
Oh,
And that would be like Odell Roby and Jackie Brown. Not quite.
bonsoir, monsieur. Monsieur.
Oh man, insane. But yep, I bought that because of the Sting. And I've worn it twice. I think this is the second time I've ever worn it.
He lies. He wears it every day.
When no one's around.
Oh dear.
But it's different times. I mean, it was crazy. I remember reading books about movies when I was a kid, about the Oscars in particular. 1969, man, you had Easy Rider up against True Grit, up against movies like The Midnight Cowboy. You know what I mean? Oscar-nominated films. What's gone wrong somewhere? It's almost like John Landis said it really, really well. I'm not the biggest John Landis fan in the world, it has to be said. You look like a Frenchman with a baguette under your arm. Oh man, I can't quite do a French accent as good as Pierce Brosnan, but I am drinking Chardonnay. I'm oui, mon brave. But it's crazy to me that it really is. I mean, can you?
What's changed? Well,
I mean, times have changed, obviously. I mean, there'll never be another apocalypse now because no one's ever going to give somebody that crazy amount of money to do something that nuts ever again, because they won't get a return on it.
Similar to like with the war in Afghanistan or something. And
I know. I mean, there is gems and there is diamonds in them there hills. There really is. I mean, there's filmmakers like Kelly Reichardt that we've talked about who are making, outstanding films. Although, like we say, Solitude Mastermind wasn't our favorite Reichardt film. She's still a filmmaker that's making kick-ass films. There is still people like Kubrick, like her out there. There is. There is, without a doubt. There is. I mean, there's us. We're making movies, Kerry. And we're doing it because we love it. But there's hope. There is. For cinema, but I just think we're in a bit of a slump where it's like we're celebrating mediocrity, and I know that's a bold statement to make, but I really think we are. I mean, there's
you see, I think what's happened.
Sometimes we don't.
Like you got movies that can, have a $200 million, $300 million budget.
But they're gonna make $1 billion films like
the Avengers,
like the I don't know Conjuring franchises or yeah.
And then you get as you say the lesser known diamonds and and who struggle to get recognized, and when they do get recognized, they're just big studio or big distributor or whatever. It's that's a factor too. Solitude, streaming is a huge factor.
Oh, without a doubt. I was watching. I love Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I've always I don't always like their movies, but I like them too as a kind of workforce. I think it's great what they did. They were young actors that got together. They knew each other from high school. I was watching them the other night on Joe Rogan. They did an interview, the two of them together, because they've just started a new production with Netflix, and they were talking about Miami and the drug dealers in Miami. The cops in Miami fighting the drug dealers. And they were talking about how streaming's changed things. And it was like they're saying there's still opportunities out there to make the movies, but there's never going to be another Good Will Hunting because there's just no room for that to happen anymore. I mean, they wrote that. They were really strategic. They wrote that Robin Williams role. They got a new up-and-coming indie director involved in Gus Van Sant. And, I mean, they really were businessmen as well as filmmakers. And they kind of said, that's what you've got to be. Now, today is the same, but different. You've always got to be selling yourself all the time. They've got to be selling their work all the time. They're doing the work that the studio used to do for the films. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, I think, well, I don't know about everybody else, but I know me and you, and by extension, I'd say Solitude as well. We're kind of like a minority because the stuff we like isn't on streaming.
Yes, I mean, some of them aren't. I don't think I've seen Nomads on streaming anywhere apart from on YouTube.
Yeah. But like, you see there behind me, like I have my collection, and there's others. You know, if I want a movie to watch, I'll pick it from the shelf and whatever. But sometimes if it's a new movie, I will stream it first, and then if I like it, I'll pick up the physical copy. Like so.
Yeah, I mean, there's some movies which I adore that are hard to get. Killer, which was produced by Oliver Stone, about Carl Panzram, the murderer. James Woods played him in this film. It's fantastic. I think we've talked about it in the stream before. It's a great film, but I can't get that. There's one physical copy of it available on DVD. It's hard to get, but they've got it on streaming. I bought it on streaming, but I still didn't feel like I owned it. And that's the thing. What I don't like about it is that I don't feel like I own it. And I mean, there's people who I've paid out for. I mean, I bought the Bergman collections from the BFI. I think you bought them too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, they weren't cheap. They were like 60 quid. They were like 60 quid a set, So I mean, we spent 6, 12, 18, 20, 240 quid we spent to get the 4 box sets. But I feel like now I've got those so I can watch them anytime I want, and I've got them in the best quality that I'll ever have them in. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I like that because I know that I'll always want to watch those. I might not always want to watch Sinners that we've been talking about, for example. I thought it was good. I don't think it's as good as everybody. I don't think it's a 13 Oscar nominated film by a long shot, but it's a good film. And I'll watch it once. I probably won't want to watch it 10 or 15 times like I would, I don't know, the Seventh Seal or flipping, Scenes from a Marriage or whatever it is. I wouldn't,
Persona.
Persona. But that's the difference. Also, there was a time when DVDs and Blu-ray, that was an important source of income that has fallen away as well. Yes, definitely. There's I love Blue Underground, Solitude, and Kerry. That's William Lustig's label. The William Lustig who directed Maniac, who directed Maniac Cop, who directed Vigilante. He's a great director. Really good independent spirit. He did these films that he wanted to see. He's great. I admire him for that. And he did Blue Underground, and he started releasing stuff like The Beyond and like the Italian horror films and things. And Maniac Cop, he actually released his own films on Blue Underground. And Blue Underground was a solid label for a long time, because he really cared about the special features. He cared about the transfers and all that. And I think that was a part of his business income, like what Solitude was talking about there. And that's gone now because people aren't buying stuff from Blue Underground unless it's a really super duper deluxe box set release thing, you know, like what like what I just did with The Keep, the Australian label imprint. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I could have ever afforded that. All the Never Ending Story they did, which I'd love to own. But I mean, that for me it's annoying because we're the people who should own something like that and we can't because that's for rich people. Do you know what I mean? And I'd love to have that Keep. I really would. I mean, The Keep, me and you have been advocates for The Keep for a long time.
Yeah.
Well before it became cool to like it. Do you know what I mean? And it's annoying that we're priced out of that, even though the reason that happened is because of people like us who were talking about it, who kept it going, who kept posting about it, who made videos about it, who said, watch this film. It's great. Even though Michael Mann doesn't like it himself, watch it. It's incredible. Listen to the soundtrack. We've been those people over the years who have made that release possible. And it annoys me that we can't afford it. I mean, I'm not saying that we're the flipping, I mean, no one between us, we're nothing on YouTube, but people do watch us and listen to us, and we're part of communities, and and it's those communities that have made releases like that possible, and we can't afford them.
I think that's what's more annoying to me because there's Arrow, for example, it's it's a boutique label, but it's affordable.
Yes, that's what I always loved about that label.
But there's stuff I would love to see them release, but they don't have the license to.
Yeah.
Myself and you, myself and Glenn did a stream a couple of years ago, and he was on this he didn't know what to watch, so I suggested something called Rejuvenatrix.
Yeah.
And I remember you were in the chat.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. Yeah, it was really well lit, really well made film. I remember. Yeah. Yes.
Very low budget, yes, but
it was very. I mean, they'd use smoke machines, they'd use lights, gels. It was a really well made film. I remember, yes.
And I would love that Arrow to release that on Blu-ray or, no, I don't have a 4K player or whatever, but Blu-ray for me.
Yeah.
But they don't have the license. and that's lost now. It is on DVD, but it's very, very expensive.
Yeah,
because it's so rare. But if I were released it would bring that price down, so other people could afford it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I mean,
sorry, just to Solitude as well. There's those commentaries. That's right. You don't learn about the films, how they were made, and stuff like that.
There's one commentary I am really wanting to hear, which is from David Mamet's Homicide. And it's been released on Criterion on DVD, not Blu-ray or 4K from Criterion, and it's so expensive I can't hear it. And I was obsessed. There was a time I was obsessed with Mamet. I mean, obsessed. When I was teaching film, I used his book, Mamet on Directing, in my classes. That's how much I admire the guy. I would tell the students to watch his work. I would say, listen to what he says here. He talks about this, and I would show them scenes from Homicide. I would show them scenes from Things Change and his films, and would discuss them and talk about them, and then would look at his book and would look at them and see what. I mean, he means the world to me, Mamet. I mean, I think he's a very underrated director. I think he did an action movie with Kilmer called Spartan, which I think is very underrated. It's great, great film. And I can't hear that commentary, Solitude, because it's out of my price range. I can't hear it, and I'm a fan, and I want it, I want to hear that so badly, because Homicide is a masterpiece of film. No Piranha 2, but it's a masterpiece. Do you know what I mean? It really is. And I'd love to hear it, but I'm priced out of that. I can't afford it. That's the one, Solitude, it will have. That'll be the region one with the commentary. It was a Criterion, I think. Criterion. It's got a white front cover. It was released a while ago now, so it's out of print. I've never seen anyone pick it up in the Criterion closet, which I'm surprised at. I always watch that show when they release new ones. I always thought one day someone would pick up Homicide because it's a fun. I mean, somebody one day will, I'm sure, because it's a brilliant film. But I'd love to hear that commentary, Solitude. I really would. I'd love to hear what he thinks about it, because it's about this Jewish cop, and he kind of questions his Jewish heritage, and he's got this best friend of his, played by William H. Macy, and the two cops together, and you'll know the film, Solitude, if you've got it right. It's so incredible. Joe Mantegna's performance in that, man, is just mind-blowingly great. That last shot when he's just sitting outside the office, wow. I mean, it's one of my favorite cop movies. House of Games, yes, I do have that one. I do have that one. There was Indicator released. A couple of his that did Things Change. Criterion did House of Games. Sorry, that's a Blu-ray I've got, and because that's more popular. That was his first directorial film, I think, House of Games. And what was the other one I got? Oleana. With William H. Macy again. I got that one from those. But I collected his work. He's one of those guys who I'd love to sit with. Some people, we'll talk about Coppola, I think I've said, not the type of guy I think I would get along with. I think Coppola would just talk, like someone like me. So that's probably why I wouldn't get along with him. But someone like Mamet, I would love to sit down, have a glass of wine or a beer with him, and just sit and talk to him, because I think
just the Criterion version or any version.
Anyone with a commentary on it. He did a commentary for it, and I really want to hear it.
There's a version on Amazon UK for roughly $350
with a commentary on.
I don't know if it's got the commentary, but it's the DVD release of it. It doesn't say what extras are. I'll show it to you.
It's probably, I've looked for it. I might not have it on. The only one that I know has got the commentary on for sure was the Criterion one. Definitely. I've got that one. That's the Optimum. That doesn't have a commentary. I have that. I actually own that release. Yeah.
Okay.
But if anyone's listening who likes cop movies, it is an incredible character study. It's one of my favorite character studies. Yep, when you start coming with a client, you have to look for a new job. It's perfect, Solitude. I think the dialogue in that is perfect in it. There's a bit with Rebecca Pidgeon when he's on the phone, and I can't really say stuff here because there's a lot of racial slurs and stuff in it. But when he turns around and she's there after he's been saying that on the phone, and she's just looking at him, and it's her father, it's her mother, I think, who's been killed. And man, she's great. I mean, he cast her in a few of his films. I believe they got married, Rebecca Pidgeon and David Mamet, if I remember rightly. But she was in the one with the Winslow Boy. He did a film with the Winslow Boy that she was in too, and she's in State and Maine, that great film he directed, State and Maine, about the Hollywood wagon just rolling into that small town, and it kind of disrupts everybody's lives. He's a great filmmaker. And it's weird that who was I watching get interviewed the other day? I think it was Alec Baldwin I was watching get interviewed, and he worked with him on Glengarry Glen Ross and State and Maine, if I remember rightly. And he was saying that it's funny with Mamet, the films that he directs aren't as popular as the films that he writes. So, for example, he wrote Glengarry Glen Ross but didn't direct it. He wrote Wag the Dog but didn't direct it. You know, the films that he writes that get made are more popular than the ones he directs, but I think he's a fantastic director. He does exactly what's right, I think, for every scene. And when I was teaching with his work, I used to read the screenplays and then look at the films and kind of dissect them and see how he'd approach the scenes. Great filmmaker.
Mm.
Yes, bang all these lead actresses. He's the type of guy I would imagine would. He's got that feel about him. When you see him in interviews, he looks like a kind of what's the term, like a manly guy, I guess. But I just love to. I'd love to meet him. I would. I'd love to speak to him. He's one of the filmmakers I think I could maybe get along with. That's the one I'm looking for, Kerry. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one. So you can get it for €30.
Yeah, but I can't get it sent here, you see, so.
Oh, I couldn't afford it at the minute. 30 quid's too much for me at the minute.
I can appreciate that. I'm just saying, because if you were to, check it, if it's can be sent to your address, like,
I'd love to hear what he has to say about it. It's just one of those movies that I've watched so many times, and I've kind of developed my own ideas about it in my own head. But obviously, I'm not Jewish, and it's about a Jewish cop. But I'd love to know what he has to say about it. I really would, because it's such an incredible film. That, I mean, when the Region 1, that's the one I have. You lucky person, solitude. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear that commentary. But it's I just got priced out of it. That's one of the releases I got priced out of. I did. I mean, Criterion. But I mean, Criterion do a good job. All the labels do good jobs. I mean, that's their job to keep these films accessible for future generations, not just me, for future generations. And I'm being selfish in what I'm saying, I know, but I would love to. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to see those movies. I really would. But I mean, there's a lot. There's a movie that I really liked. I think we discussed this, didn't we, recently? Mirage.
Yes.
That was one of the films that informed, my youth. It was one of my favorite slashes when I was a kid. About this black truck in the desert, and it's just a low budget slasher, but you can't get that now. I mean, there was a really bad VHS transfer somebody put up on YouTube, but that's the only way that film's available now, unless you can find the very ultra rare VHS, which I used to have, and I'd love to see that. So many films. Is there any films in particular that you remember that you'd love to see? Terminal Velocity would be another one for me. I loved that film as a kid.
Not so much, no. Not from my youth, no. I can't. Like, I picked up whatever. Well, like a lot of collectors, I picked up what I grew up with first, and when I couldn't, like the Goonies, and E.T., stuff like that, And then when my taste got a bit more refined, so I would say, I picked up, like more Lynch and Kubrick and Kurosawa and.
Oh, that was exactly the same. I collected. I mean, I think I've said before on the streams, the first two directors I collected were Hitchcock and Peckinpah, because I grew up watching Hitchcock and I grew up watching westerns. Peckinpah's westerns were my favorite westerns, so I started collecting his stuff, and then it was stuff I knew first, and it was funnily enough, it was what John Carpenter said that was great. He said when he saw Hitchcock's films, he saw Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's Jamaica Inn, Alfred Hitchcock's Marnie, Alfred Hitchcock's whatever it may be. And he said when he got Halloween, okay, I'll do it for that price as long as I get my name above the title and I get Final Cut. Because he said when I grew up watching those movies, I wanted my name to be above the title like those directors' movies. Do you know what I mean?
Not a big ask, like.
I would. I mean, I've never put the first film I ever did when I was a college student. I did put it was called A Day at the Beach. I did write John Rennie's Day at the Beach on top of it because of that. And now when I look at it, I just think, who cares that it's John Rennie's Day at the Beach? Do you know what I mean? Who cares?
It's funny, like you mentioned Peckinpah there, and The Magnificent Seven. One of my dad's favorite movies of all time, and I was like wanting to get the series, the 4 films on, and I found 3 of them in a charity shop locally here for €1.
So what's it? There's the Magnificent Seven, the Magnificent Seven Ride.
I'll show you now.
The Magnificent Seven Rides again. I can't think of what the 4th one is.
I'll show you now what it is.
Yeah, man. Solitude, The Verdict's flipping incredible, isn't it? That's an incredible movie. The Verdict. I think it's one of Paul Newman's greatest performances.
There's that one.
Yep, The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, the original. And then there's that one.
Magnificent Seven. Oh, The Return, right? So it's The Return, then The Magnificent Seven Ride, then The Magnificent Seven Ride again. Guns of the Magnificent. I haven't even seen that one. Guns of the Magnificent Seven.
I got those 3 for €1.
And
I was really disappointed because normally when they do have, like individuals like this, like in the slim cases, came from a box set. I thought, do you not have the 4th one? and they were like, no, we'll check in the store. And no, we don't have it. I just completely forgot it, but then a few months later, that came up.
The Magnificent Seven Ride.
That's not the box. It's a standard size case. And I was like, awesome. How much is that? And they said €1. So okay. So
the great films. I mean, the Magnificent Seven is it's an ultimate Western, right? I mean, Sturgis is class, man. I mean,
my dad loved Westerns, like High Noon.
I do. I still do. It was. I mean, I grew up watching them. I love the Bud Bediger ones with Randolph Scott and that. I mean, I grew up watching those movies. I grew up watching Clint Walker and The Westerner, and I grew up watching Chuck Connors and all that. The Rifleman and Brian Keith, and I just love all those flipping. I love them. I love Westerns.
So that's my tribute to my dad.
I think some of the best. Tombstone, Unforgiven. I mean, I loved Open Range.
Yes,
that Costner did with Duvall. I think that's a really underrated film that people don't speak about enough. Appalachia, that not the Brando one, but the one that Ed Harris did with Lance Henriksen and Jeremy Irons and Viggo Mortensen. I mean, that's an incredible Western. And because there were modern ones, they kind of got forgotten about a bit. But man, I still love them. I mean, Viggo just directed a great one. What was it? Was it The Dead Don't Die? What was it called, man?
Was that? Yeah.
Was it The Dead Don't Die?
Yes. Yeah.
I think I might be getting that mixed up with Jarmusch. The Dead Don't Die.
That was Jarmusch. Yeah. Sorry. That was a good show, though.
Oh yeah, I love that. I'm a big Jarmusch fan.
Comedy, but it was.
What was the Viggo? It was great Western. He goes off to war and he leaves his. The Dead Don't Hurt.
Close enough.
So it was The Dead Don't Hurt. He directed that one too. But I was one word off. But I've always been a big Western fan. I mean, the first movies I remember seeing were Westerns. Gary Cooper, and flipping High Noon. And I mean, they were the ones I really remember vividly seeing Red River as a kid. I remember Montgomery Clift and John Wayne having that fight. I really remember those films, Jewel in the Sun, and like the big westerns.
Yeah,
I really, really remember those films. I really do, and I mean they're a part of my life. They're a part of my heritage. It's
well, the same for me. Like as I said, I was a tribute to my dad. I had to get them. kind of, because if he had a DVD player, or a Blu-ray player, he would have bought them himself, and but I just thought, just keep his memory. And then I started getting into more westerns, and I got a lot of John Wayne, like his Rio Bravo, and
I'm a big John Wayne fan. Like really big. I really love John Wayne's films. I know that it's not cool to like John Wayne anymore, but I've liked him my whole life. I really have.
See, that's the thing. Like, it's okay. You have to think of it as, at the time, when he was alive, he was
the biggest star in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, that was when my grandfather grew up, so he looked at him as the biggest star in the world.
Mm.
And I mean, when we'd sit and watch films on Sunday afternoon, that's what we'd watch. I mean, we'd even watch the low budget ones like Singing Cowboy. And I mean, Stagecoach is still, when you watch it, a magnificent piece of filmmaking, even though the eye lines are all over the place, and it is all over the place. But when I remember teaching, when I was teaching, there was a couple I had 4 or 5 Indian students who were really into their action films in slow motion. And we're talking about action films. And I said, do you know Stagecoach? And they were like, no. And I was like, Dirty Harry and a few of the action films that I grew up watching.
Mm.
I was like, I'll show you a couple of clips and we'll discuss them and talk about them. And we'll look at, kind of Western versus Indian films and Western versus Indian and Western versus Eastern. We'll have a look and we'll compare all the different films. We'll have a look at some John Woo. And it was a really interesting class because we started deconstructing all the different action scenes. And they left the room loving the Westerns because they loved the fact that they could see that people like John Woo and that were kind of riffing on stuff like John Ford. I mean, on Stagecoach, when he jumps on the horses and jumps across and gets to the front one and gets the lashes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's stuff like that in Jackie Chan films. Do you know what I mean? When he's doing the stunts. And it was like the students really got the fact that everything that they see it's all been done before, and there's a way you can do it. And it was cool. It was cool to see these people, these students, see stuff like Stagecoach and that for the first time. And John Woo films too. A lot of them left loving Hard Boiled, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hard Boiled's really.
It's great. I mean, John Woo for me in the 90s, he was action. I loved his American films like a lot. I think Broken Arrow is like an undersung, gem of it's with Travolta and Christian Slater. I absolutely love that film. You got Dwayne Eddy. Of anybody, Dwayne Eddy does the soundtrack. Dwayne Eddy, I mean, it was like obviously John Woo thinking, right, I can get some American to do the soundtrack. Let's get Dwayne Eddy. I love Dwayne Eddy's. It's so insane, but it's perfect for the film. Perfect. I really like that. I love his Wind Talkers with Cage. I love Face Off and Hard Target with Van Damme. But I mean, he did the Hitman, right, with Chow Yun-fat too, which is mind-blowingly good.
I'm just looking here, on my phone, because I've got a movie collection app, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27 John Wayne films in my collection.
I imagine I'll have quite a few as well, and most of them will be directed by Andrew V. McLaglen.
Well, I don't know. Angel and the Bad Man is then. Stuff like Pittsburgh. And,
that's one of the great old black and white ones, that Angel and the Bad Man.
Tycoon and stuff like that. And
you got stuff like Firefighters and that as well. Did you get the ones that were non-Westerns that he did?
Yeah. Hang on. Firefighter. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, we're just looking here.
All right.
That's the last one I picked up.
Flying Leathernecks.
Yeah.
That's a Howard Hawks film, right? Flying Leather.
Howard Hughes, yeah.
Howard Hughes. Sorry, not Howard Hawks. Howard Hughes. Yeah.
So it's kind of from a magazine collection, so it's.
I've got a few of those myself.
So
I've got a few of those myself.
They're not the most expensive, like. Thankfully.
He was just one of those guys that obviously I totally. I mean, I'm. Well, anyone who watches or listens to the channel will probably know that I'm pretty left leaning. I'm a pretty left leaning kind of guy, and obviously John Wayne was one of the most right leaning guys in the world. I mean, when Vietnam was going on, he made the Green Berets.
That's right. Yeah,
one of the only pro-Vietnam films that was ever made. With Another one of my favorite actors, actually, from The Fugitive, David Janssen. I absolutely love David Janssen, and he was in that too as a reporter. And it's still a good movie, even though I totally disagree with his politics. I quite like the Green Berets.
Well, you can't like, not agree with everything like somebody says.
Oh, I don't agree with him at all. I mean, it was he didn't actually go to fight in the war. He stayed at home, and that was one of the reasons why John Wayne became such a star. It was because he was in B movies like Angel and the Bad Man, the Singing Cowboy and all that. He was in the B movies. And a lot of everybody else, Alan Ladd, James Stewart, the Gary Coopers of the world, he went to war. And John Wayne stayed at home. And he got cast in a lot more movies. But, I mean, that's beside the point. It's not him, and it's not John Wayne. It's the characters he's playing. And,
yes,
it's, I mean...
It's like Charlton Heston and his NRA, but you can ignore that for the films. I've got
to, because Charlton Heston is one of my favorite actors of all time. I absolutely love Charlton Heston. When I was growing up, to me, he was as big as Arnie, or as big as Sly, or as big as Van Damme, or Dolph Lundgren, or Seagal. He was one of the action guys to me. He really was. I love the Ten Commandments. I love Soylent Green. I absolutely adore the Omega Man.
People.
I absolutely flipping Ben-Hur to me was like... I mean, that was it. That was the best looking movie ever made, as far as I was concerned, when I watched Ben-Hur. Cecil B. DeMille, right? It's flipping. Yep. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's an epic.
How great that movie is, and how great it looks. And one of the greatest things about it is that Gore Vidal wrote the screenplay, and he said to the director, I'm going to write this like these two guys are in love with each other. And Stephen Boyd fancies Charlton Heston, and Charlton Heston, he comes back and he wants to make love to him again. And Cecil B. DeMille said, "Okay, well, I'll talk to Heston and you talk to Boyd." He says he never told Charlton Heston that was in the subtext of the film. It's great. I love Gore Vidal. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but Gore Vidal in the corner there, that's the best man on the poster.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite plays of all time. It's Gore Vidal. I absolutely love him. And I love the fact that he said he wrote the screenplay for Ben-Hur, and it was about two gay guys, and one of them Charlton Heston had no idea.
He probably wouldn't have done that.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. It's incredible. But no, I mean, that movie is just mind-blowingly good. It is. But I don't agree with anything Charlton Heston ever had to say outside of the movies.
Yes. Damn you to hell, you dirty stinking apes.
Man. Planet of the Apes is one of the best endings in movie history.
Yes.
Well, do you want to wrap it up?
I think that's a good idea, because we're on almost 2 hours now. So 3 hours, actually. So.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about knocking up the first one there, Solitude.
It wasn't my fault, really.
I'm glad that everyone was able to find the second stream anyway. But I'll have to make sure next time that that's ticked, so we can actually speak to people. But I don't know what happened there. I set it up all with Restream and expected it to be like normal, but I guess practice makes perfect, and I hadn't had enough practice for a while.
Well, next week, or next Saturday, over in Cinema Fanatics,
yes,
our first video will be Uwe Boll.
Yes.
Discussion.
And I'm looking forward to it.
And we will have a watch along of Blood Rain if it's still on YouTube.
Cool. Or House of the Dead. I'd love to watch House of the
Dead. Sorry, I meant that.
No, I wouldn't watch Blood Rain. Blood Rain's great as well. I'll be well.
If they're on YouTube, we'll have a watch and see what makes them so good and so bad, or whatever. Also, if you have any suggestions for what you would like us to cover in the future in Cinema Fanatics, leave them in the comments over on that video next weekend or whatever. We will look into it if we can do it for you.
Yep, it's been fantastic. Again, thanks, Solitude, for joining us. Thanks to everybody else who joined us earlier on.
Thank you, Solitude.
It's been great. It's so great to catch up with you again. It really is. I've loved talking about all this. And we need to I think I'll get a schedule together and we'll start and do it like proper. I know I said that last year, didn't I? But I got totally sidetracked doing this film thing I'm working on at the minute. But this makes us happy. I want to keep doing this. So thanks very much, everyone. Thanks, Solitude, in particular. It's been a great night. I really enjoyed watching Nomads, Kerry. Thanks for watching it with us.
That was good. I enjoyed it myself too. Thank you for having me.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. I'm really pleased that you liked it.
I did actually. I did genuinely like it. It was really well made and really well shot.
Something you'll be picking up.
I'll have a second watch of it and see.
Because there's just been a great Blu-ray release of it last year.
Okay.
But of course, I couldn't afford it. but you get posters and all kinds of stuff with it.
All right. Okay.
It was a great release last year. I do have a Scream Factory release, I think, but that was from years ago.
1880s.
Well, thanks very much, Solitude. Thank you very much, Kerry. It's been a pleasure as always. Yep. I will end the stream.
You'll end the stream.
Thanks very much, everyone. It's been a great evening, and I hope you've enjoyed.